graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
All right, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are here. We just made it in the nick of time. What's up? All right, let me put my hat on. I have a couple things to say before we go live. All right, first and foremost, sorry for being late. Sorry for not posting the thumbnail a little bit earlier. No excuses about that. That's on me. All right, but we're here. We're locked in. We're ready to go. First and foremost, I need a little drum roll in the chat. I don't have a drum roll on here. That's really stupid of me. But you know what? We're going to put on the hat tonight. Tonight, we got to wear the hat. Tonight, we got to wear the hat. And this is why, folks. First and foremost, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Hopefully, y'all are doing well. And I hope that y'all are having yourselves a very, very fantastic day. Yes. Okay, so let's put everything aside. Let's put everything aside. I did not go on yesterday because I needed to process everything that I saw that was written in that article by Shams. Okay? Let's put everything aside. And honestly, what they have to do now is they need to go out there and ball. There is no excuse. This is a must-win game for the Sixers. This is literally we're at a pivotal point with the Sixers right now. Joel Embiid either capitalizes and shuts everybody up, or tonight they lay an egg and we have some serious questions. Tonight is that night. No excuses. No John Morant, right? No Zach Edey as well. I think Santi Aldama is playing. Want to make sure I have that correct. There's no Vince Williams. There's no Marcus Smart either. There should be no reason why they lose this game tonight. There should be no reason why they should lose this game tonight. Okay? This is a must-win game for the Sixers. This is a defining moment in Sixers. And I'd say that this is a defining season moment right here. And also, this is also a defining moment for what's at stake for the future for the Sixers. I'll put it to you that way, too. This game is big, okay? I don't care who the competition is. Tyrese Maxey's back. Jared McCain's in the starting lineup with Tyrese Maxey. Paul George and Joel Embiid are out there. There should be no reason why you'll lose this game. None. No excuses. What else did I want to say? I wanted to say before the game starts, okay, I want you to beware. Okay, if things aren't going well, I might go off as the game is going on. Just a fair warning, it's going to be a different type of a cast if that happens. Okay? It's going to be not as, you're going to hear more yelling. So, I will definitely do my best to keep my cool. But when the team isn't playing well and when Joel Embiid's not balling out, I got to do what I got to do, you know what I mean? We keep it clean, we keep it fair, obviously, but we're a family-friendly type of a group. But you call it what you see it, man. That's just how it goes. Sixers are playing at the FedEx Forum. Again, there's no Marcus Smart. There's no Vince Williams Jr. There's no Zach Edey. I want to throw it back to you guys, and I want to ask you, do you think that this is the biggest – do you think that this is a big game? Or do you think it's the opposite? Do you think that this is not really an important game at all whatsoever? I think it is a big game. Your team, you have to understand, they're 2-13. They're 2-11. 2-11. Oh my gosh, 2-13. 2-11. I think that we've hit rock bottom. And the only way to get out of rock bottom is to go up. So, that's where I am. What's up, J-Rep? What's up, Grace? What's up, everybody? What's up, OC? How you doing, man? Do the Flyers play today? If you're looking at my screen, you would see that the Flyers are on. So, yes. What's up? What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? This might be bad, says OC. It could be really bad or it could be great. And that's all I'm going to leave it at right now. They need to put up or shut up tonight. Tonight is the night. This is a legacy-defining moment for Joel Embiid. I said that. This is a legacy-defining moment for Joel Embiid. Everything else that he's done for the team over the years, I can appreciate the type of physicality and like the type of game that he provided to Philadelphia, but this is his Sixers legacy right here is on the line tonight, whether that's fair or not. Work ethic matters, man. And if what I hear is true, which I'm 90% sure it is, you better put up or shut up tonight. None. No excuses. Thank you for the warning, JJ, says Kevin. No, don't go off. Yeah, they need it. This is the biggest in Joel's career. It is. Every game is big now, says Lou. Every game is big now. And I'm going to ask a follow-up question. Okay? Do we think that Joel Embiid responds and has a good game tonight? Yes or no? I need to see yeses or no in the chat, man. This should define Joel. This should define if Joel could be traded. Yes. That's a better way of phrasing it. It's a better way of phrasing it for sure. This is really going to be a heavy game, says J-Rep. Yep, this is a playoff type of an atmosphere tonight. This is a play. This is it's a big game. Hey JJ, if the Sixers are getting blown out early, maybe you go to bed early, says Kevin. That's not how it works, man. When you broadcast games, you show up, whether they win or lose. That's just not how it works. If I was doing this for somebody else, I get fired for that, man. I get fired for that. So no, we ain't doing that. That's not how it works. Hard to tell, JJ. I don't know. OC says no. Neil says yes. Grace says, I think that he will be mid. I don't want anything but a win. I feel that. I feel that, man. All right, let's get into the starting lineups. All right, so Tyrese Maxey, Jared McCain, Paul George, Caleb Martin, and Joel Embiid all out there for the Sixers. And then Scottie Pippen Jr., Desmond Bane, Jalen Wells, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Brandon Clark out there for the Memphis Grizzlies. That's just how it goes. All right, so Sixers are playing the Memphis Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. It's a big game tonight for Philadelphia. The Grizzlies, by the way, for those of you that are tuning in, they are 8-7, right? So the Grizzlies are 8-7. They did lose their last game to the Denver Nuggets. They lost 122-110. So Embiid will be tipping it off against Jaren Jackson Jr., and we are just about ready to get underway. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. Here we go. There's Scott Foster, one of the referees for tonight. Jackson Jr. tips it up, and that's up, and that is going to go into the hands of the Memphis Grizzlies. All right, so Clark has it over at the far wing, hands it off to Desmond Bane. There's Wells outside, over to Jaren Jackson Jr., who tries to body Caleb Martin. McCain tries to steal a bad throw, and instead it goes out of bounds. Yes, no Ja in this game, and no Marcus Smart, and no Zach Edey either. So, again, no excuses. All right, McCain gets a steal. Nice play by Tyrese Maxey, who's rocking the headband tonight. He looks good in it. I like it. I like it a lot. McCain over to Embiid. Embiid goes down the lane. He tries to get past Desmond Bane, and instead the ball gets turned over. Jackson gets a steal. Jackson spinning, turning, and laying it up. Can't lay it in, though, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll be last touched by Jaren Jackson Jr. So Embiid did try to get physical down low, just could not get anything to go. All right, so the Sixers have the ball now. No score in the first minute of play. Embiid outside to Maxey. Maxey dribbles over towards the right side, goes up with a floater. He puts it up, and he puts it in. Welcome back, Tyrese Maxey. Scott is a member. Let's go, baby! Thank you so much for becoming a member, Scott. Appreciate that so much, man. We do have a foul called on the floor. Oh, thanks so much, dude. Congratulations on becoming a member. If you guys want to become a member of the Play-by-Play with JJ community, it's $2.99 a month. If you want to get access to really cool emojis, you're more than welcome to do that. It goes to a very, very good cause, and obviously it helps us grow our channel. Clark, runner, over Embiid. Got it. Brandon Clark able to knock it down with the right hand. Then Scottie Pippen Jr. gets the assist. So it's Clark, Jackson, Wells, Bane, and Pippen Jr. out there for the Grizzlies. McCain down the lane, back outside. Caleb Martin catches, lets it fly for three. No good. And a rebound by Jaren Jackson Jr., and they'll just hand it off over to Desmond Bane, who, by the way, this season, Bane averaging 16 points per game, 6.1 rebounds as well, as he puts up a mid-range jumper. Can't get that one to go. And he's shooting 45% from the field. 26 years old now. Maxey over towards the right side. And this is his first game back in a couple of weeks. Embiid gets it down low on the block. He's double-teamed and now has to try to bully Brandon Clark. Embiid, what's he going to do? 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid tries to do I don't know what the heck that was. It was a far hook shot, and it just went into the hands of the Grizzlies. It's Scottie Pippen Jr. who goes down the lane, lays it up and in. That was not a good play by Joel Embiid. And that makes it 4-2. Grizzlies already on a 4-0 run. McCain trying to get involved in the offense. It'd be nice to try to see him score here. Goes down the lane and sludges it home with the right hand. And now that makes it 4-4. So Maxey and McCain, the Sixers backcourt guards, with the 2 buckets for the Sixers so far. We have a shot that goes up, and a good job by Embiid to stand his ground over Scottie Pippen Jr. George off to the races, kicks it out to Embiid. Joel back over to Maxey over at the FedEx Forum sign, puts it up for 3 points. No. George grabs the rebound. Good rebound by Paul George. Gives it over to Embiid. He takes a couple of pivots. What's he going to do? Joel tries to get physical with Clark. Nice little pass to Martin. One more to McCain for 3. And that one goes in and out. And the Sixers get back on D. So it was a good pass by Joel, but just McCain just could not get there. Pippen Jr. with the snake eyes downhill, and the Grizzlies will have it. Jackson Jr. near corner 3, swish. And that makes it now 7-4. Jaren Jackson Jr. going off and able to hit a tray. Maxey over to Embiid. Over at the top of the key. Embiid for 3. That's a little bit short. Not a good shot by Joel. And a rebound goes to Scottie Pippen Jr. Pippen down the lane, spinning and turning. Finds Jackson. 3-point shot up off the mark. And Embiid able to corral his miss. So that's just his second rebound of the ballgame so far. Well, Maxey will try to lay it up and in, but he's fouled in the act of shooting. Tyrese Maxey back out there for the Sixers. Maxey this season averaging 27.6 points per game and 3 rebounds, 3.9 assists as well. And that's just in the matter of 7 games so far. He's been playing on average 39.7 minutes per game. Last season, he averaged about 37.5 minutes per game. First foul shot is up, and that's good. He's also shooting 82% from the free throw line this season and only averaging 2 turnovers per game as well. 7-5, Philadelphia down by 2. Sixers just have been on such a skid, and they have not won one game with Joel Embiid and Paul George in the lineup this season. This is the first time, though, that the Sixers' quote-unquote big three is out there. Sixers will tie it as Maxey is able to hit another free throw.
Excellent.
Scratch that they're actually down by 1. 7-6, 7:50 left to go in the first quarter. McCain trying to play good defense over Scottie Pippen Jr. The ball gets battered around, and Clark gets it back, puts it up, and puts it in. Jared McCain played really solid defense there. Just could not get the friendly bounce to go over his way. Maxey lets it fly. 3-point shot. It's short. Aldama gets the rebound. Outlet pass over to Pippen Jr. One more to Luke Kennard for 3. Out in transition. No good. And Caleb Martin able to crash the board. Philadelphia just 0 for 5 from 3. Memphis 1 for 4 so far from downtown. They'll give it to Embiid over at the elbow. Embiid takes a couple of jab steps. He's going to try to go over towards the cup. He spins, he turns, he goes up for 2, and he got it to go. Joel Embiid with his first 2 points of the ball game. And that makes it 9-8. Philadelphia down by 1. Kennard, Aldama. Then you have Wells and Kennard and Clark out there as well. Clark, 3-pointer, and George able to grab his miss. So the Sixers down by 1. 6:43 left to go. Tyrese Maxey, 3-point shots up, and that is off the mark. Aldama gets the ball tipped by Martin and stolen by PG. He goes down the lane, looks for Embiid, and Embiid gets fouled by Brandon Clark. And we have a timeout called by the Memphis Grizzlies with 6:32 left to go. We're just about halfway done the first quarter. Sixers trying to get in sync and start off on the right foot here to end the first quarter, but there's still 6:32 left to go in quarter number 1 as we have a timeout by the Memphis Grizzlies. Okay, Taylor Jenkins, that's who takes the timeout. Yeah, I figured it out. I got you. It's here. It's here. Thanks for letting me know, though. I got you. You figured one way I was gonna see it, so and I did. All right. Final score predictions, man. And also, let's talk about what we saw in that first quarter so far. So the first during these first 6 minutes, I saw Joel Embiid get the ball a little bit. He had a couple of really bad plays to start off the game. I did like how he attacked, though, on the last play, and he was able to utilize Brandon Clark as a mismatch, and he took him to school there. So that was really nice. Paul George has been active on the glass today. I like that. 3 rebounds for him. I hope he starts shooting it eventually, but I understand, too, that you got to incorporate Tyrese Maxey into the offense, and Maxey so far 1 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. I just like that he's taking the shots and that he's being aggressive, and Jared McCain had a nice little layup as well. I think that we just got to find ways to get everybody involved. Martin had a wide-open 3-pointer and just could not cash that in. But it's nice to see the big 3 out there and see Jared McCain out there too. I need Joel to take over. And I need the Sixers to win. More importantly, I need them to win. I really want to selfishly see a nice Joel Embiid dominant game, though. Because everything that was said in that article, man, it really hit me. It felt like a stab in the back. It did. So, all right, what's everybody saying in chat, man? What's everybody saying in chat? Jared McCain and Maxey, the new Splash Brothers, says KGB. It's way too premature to say that, man. It's way too premature because the Splash Brothers played with each other for like a really, really long time. They won championships. I can't do that. Can't do that at all. Can't put that. And to me, like, they're their own people, you know? Like, I understand that you're not trying to, like, compare them, like, to the Splash Brothers, but this could be like a Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum type of a duo. Like, we don't know. We really don't know. I think that's the better way of putting it. So, the new Splash Brothers, no. Kelly Oubre is going to come on in for Caleb Martin. Reggie Jackson enters in for the Sixers. He'll play for Tyrese Maxey. First foul shot by Embiid is up, and that's good. And the Sixers tie it at 9. Maxey is going to be on a minutes restriction tonight, so in case you are wondering, yeah, he is going to be on a minutes restriction. 9-9. Second foul shot by Joel. That's up, and that's good. Excellent. 10-9, Philadelphia up by 1. Bane goes down the lane, lays it up with the right hand, can't scoop it in. Ball gets tipped out by Jackson, over into the hands of Jaren Jackson Jr. Jackson back outside. 3-point shot by Pippen. That's up, and that's good. Over towards the near wing. Scottie Pippen Jr. able to knock it down. Or Jalen Wells, that is. Scratch that. Wells makes it from 27 feet, and Jaren Jackson Jr. gets the assist. McCain dribbles around the screen, takes it over to Embiid, who's over at the nail, goes up with a shot, and he's fouled by Jaren Jackson Jr. And it'll be 2 more free throws, I believe, coming up for Joel Embiid, if that stands. So, yes, it is a shooting foul on Jaren Jackson Jr., and here comes Joel Embiid over towards the line. He's averaging 14.7 points per game this season, which is really low. 6.3 rebounds as well, 4 assists, and he's shooting just 32.5% from the field. First foul shot, Embiid puts it up and puts it in. McCain and Wells, and also Zach Edey, they're all in the top 5 of rookie scoring leaders. McCain obviously at number 1, Wells at number 3, and Edey at number 5. Second foul shot by Joel. Excellent. The Sixers have made all 6 of their free throws. Aldama steps back, thought about taking the 3, and he'll throw it away. The intended receiver was supposed to be Desmond Bane, and it goes out of bounds over towards the near sideline. And Jared McCain's going to inbound it. That's 3 turnovers by the Grizzlies, and the Sixers just have 1. McCain, George, Embiid, Oubre, and Jackson out there for Philadelphia. McCain takes it over with the left hand, crosses over with the right, gives it back to Embiid. Embiid takes a tumble towards the deck for a second. George gets it over towards the near corner. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. He'll step back, take a contested 3-pointer. No good. Luke Kennard able to grab the rebound, though, with 5:25 left to go in the first quarter. Out the pass over to Aldama. His first shot, no. Second shot, that's no good either. George tries to get the rebound, and it goes on the floor. And here comes Jared McCain behind the back dribble for him. And he'll cross on over, take it over towards the right side of the cup, and he lays it up and in with the left hand through contact. Man, he is just so good. Aldama kicks it back out. 3-point shot is up, and that's good by Jalen Wells, who knocks it down from 23 feet. And they take 3s over 2s. Memphis up by 1, 15-14. Wells, that's his second 3-pointer in a row. George to Embiid, down low on the block. Double team comes, and Joel lays it up and lays it in. The Sixers have the lead again. 16-15 with 4:38 left to go in quarter number 1. Jackson at the top of the key will take on Joel Embiid as he lays it up and lays it in, and Joel just cannot stop. Jaren Jackson Jr., 5 points for Jackson, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist as well. Embiid dribbles with the right hand. He's over on the right elbow and wants to try to back up Jaren Jackson Jr. over towards the box. The shot goes up. It's blocked by Jackson. Embiid gets it back. Fadeaway jumper. It's up and it's in. Embiid able to hit a fadeaway. Nice job. He's had the spin and he just faded away and was able to knock it down. Jackson Jr. 3-point shot. Too strong. Reggie Jackson gets the rebound. Jackson out in transition. He wants to cross over, gives it back to Embiid. Embiid thought about taking the 3-pointer. This time he does. He hesitated a little bit, and he airballs it. And Desmond Bane gets the rebound. Outlet pass over towards Jalen Wells, who lays it up and lays it in. Almost lost control of the basketball. Very fast-paced game between the Sixers and the Grizzlies as they're going back and forth. McCain over towards the logo. He's now standing over at the FedEx Forum sign over towards the right side. Here's Paul George. And he'll give it back out towards McCain, who goes down the lane with the left hand. He tries to scoop it up and can't get that one to go, not even close to the rim. And Aldama throws it away. Intended receiver was supposed to be Desmond Bane. And that's going to go out of bounds. And Jake LaRavia will come on in for Jalen Wells, and so will Jay Huff, who had a very good game against the Sixers the last time that he played against them, which was on November 2nd. Huff ended up dominating that game off the bench. 20 points in 14 minutes. And he had 5 rebounds and 1 assist as well. 3:18 left to go, and the Sixers have a timeout. They're down by 1. In Memphis, it's 19-18. Grizzlies up by 1. Not to make a direct comparison, but McCain's play style is very similar to rookie Steph Curry, also similar in build. I think that Tyrese Maxey is similar to Damian Lillard, and I think that Jared McCain, I think Jared McCain is his own guy, man. Like, Steph Curry to me is more so of a shooting guard, you know? I mean, he can make plays for other people, but McCain to me is more so of, he's not a score first. Like, he's a pass first type of a guy, but he makes smart plays. You know, I think that he's his own person. BW's here. What's up, BW? How you doing, man? What is up, BW? Shout out to BW. Saw that you're going to be going live for Orioles game. I think that that's coming up, right? I think that that's coming up. Thanks so much for stopping by. Sixers down by 1. And, well, they are 2-11 on the season so far. This is the first time that they have their big 3 together. And I don't know if you want to call it big 4 or whatever, but that's their quote-unquote big 3. But Joel Embiid, so far 10 points, 2 rebounds as well. Had a much better, after the timeout was called by Memphis with about 6:34 left to go, somewhere around that point. Embiid was able to take on over. He's been very aggressive so far. The question is, can he keep that up? McCain, 4 points for him and 1 rebound. Just has to try to continue to be assertive. Paul George hasn't had any points so far. 3 rebounds and 1 assist for him. Reggie Jackson, Oubre, McCain, Embiid, and George out there on the floor for the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey has a high minutes restriction tonight. Don't know how many minutes he's going to be playing, but he is going to be on a big minutes restriction. Friday night retro game. Cheers, JJ. Thank you so much for coming by, man. I really appreciate that. Please drop your link down below, my guy. Please, please, please. Drop that link down below. Maxey Dame comparison is pretty solid. Maxey has a little bit more muscle, weird throwback comp, but almost like Maurice Cheeks. Yeah. Well, I say Damian Lillard because he has the finishing skills of Kyrie Irving, right? Where he's very creative at going over towards the glass and being able to make some really nice layups. And I think that his shooting range is Damian Lillard-esque. You know, I really do. If not, better. So, and he's only 24. So, all right, Sixers down by 1. Here's Oubre on the dribble handoff. They'll give it back over to McCain. Another dribble handoff there. Andre Drummond comes in for the Sixers. And so is Gershon Yabusele. Drummond gets it over towards the right side. He has to hand it off to McCain. 4 seconds left to go on the shot clock. McCain steps back, takes a 3-point shot. It's up, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. Jared McCain, the rookie, just continues to act like a professional in this league. So far this season, averaging 15.2 points per game. That doesn't tell the full story. What does tell the full story, though, is that over the last 5 games, he has had 20 or more points in all 5 of those games. He had a 34-point performance against Cleveland. He scored 29 points in 31 minutes against the Orlando Magic and had 20 points in his last game against the Miami Heat and was 4 for 9 from 3. He's been a very good 3-point shooter. He's shooting 43% from downtown, which is awesome. First foul shot is good. Second foul shot, that's good too. And McCain gives the Sixers the lead, and they'll go to the line for 1 more. That makes it 20-19 with 2:55 left to go. Third foul shot.
Excellent.
McCain goes 3 for 3 from the line. From Duke, he's only 20 years old. Here we go. Catching and shooting for 3. That's way off the mark by Jay Huff. Andre Drummond cleans the glass. That didn't even hit the rim. That's how bad of a shot it was. McCain over towards the near side. Steps back. Lets it fly for 3. Good! Jared McCain. He's scored the last 6 points for the Sixers. 24-19. Aldama goes down the lane. Baby hook is up, and that's good over Andre Drummond. And that makes it now 24-21 with about 2:15 left to go. Here's McCain, another three-pointer, and that one just hits off the back of the rim. Keeps shooting it, young fella, though. Here comes LaRavia down the lane, gets the ball tipped by McCain and stolen by Reggie Jackson. Jackson to McCain. He goes down the lane, kicks it out to a wide-open Oubre three, and that's air ball. Desmond Bane grabs his miss. And Luke Kennard able to conduct the offense over on the other side. Reggie Jackson guarding him. Aldama gets the pass, goes up with the right-handed layup, and he connects. Man, oh man, that makes it 24-23. Santi Aldama, 4 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds in just a matter of 4 minutes so far. McCain being guarded by Bane. And these are two young guys still going at it. McCain gives it up to Drummond, and Drummond goes downhill, and Jared McCain gets the apple as Andre Drummond is able to hit the layup, and that makes it 26-23. Bane responds on the other side with a little baby hook, and it's back to a one-point game with 1:11 left to go in the first quarter. McCain gets a pick from Andre Drummond, takes it over towards the right side of the lane, and now has to find Oubre. Here's Gershon Yabusele. And he'll hand it off again to Reggie Jackson. Jackson with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Goes down the lane with a right-handed layup. He puts it up and puts it in. That was fully contested, too. And Reggie Jackson able to make it look so easy, even though that was really difficult. Both teams with 16 of their points in the paint. 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter. It's Desmond Bane over at the logo, slowing the tempo down. And Jared McCain is his tag. Bane over to Kennard, who catches, pump fakes, puts up a three-point shot, bullseye. And we're back to a tie game, 20-28 with 34.2 seconds left in the first quarter. Luke Kennard, a very good and high-volume three-point shooter for this Grizzlies team. Started off his career with the Pistons. McCain, nice dribble moves, gives it over to Yabusele. Three-point shot by Gershon. That's up and in! Gershon Yabusele able to give the Sixers a three-point lead. 20 seconds to go. Shot clock unplugged. Kennard dribbles the rock. His defender's Reggie Jackson. 10 seconds left to go. He still is standing over at the logo. Now wants to crossover with his right hand. Takes it down the lane. Lays it up and can't get anything to go, but a foul is called on the Sixers. Tried to put up a little floater, a little rainbow floater, and Reggie Jackson is going to be called for the shooting foul with exactly 7 seconds left to go. How about Jared McCain, man? Immediately, as soon as Embiid and George come off, Jared McCain just gives everybody, something to just look forward to every time he's out there. And he's going to go over to the bench with exactly 7 seconds to go. Caleb Martin will sub on in. It was not a shooting foul. It was just a foul on the floor. Aldama gives it back over to Desmond Bane. Three-point shot. That's up, and that's in. Man, that was in between the logo and the three-point line. 2 seconds left to go. Jackson gets the inbound, and he puts up a three-quarter scored shot. It won't count. Hits the front of the rim anyways, but we are tied at 31 going into quarter number 2. A back-and-forth ball game between the Sixers and the Grizzlies. And the Sixers keeping it competitive. Can they keep it up, though, is the question as they go into the second quarter. They'll be back in just a few moments. McCain is the Sixers' best player, man. He is. Here to hit the like button, going back to watching my paint dry again in my basement. Oh, thanks, Mike. I appreciate you for coming on, man. Really, really do. That's great. Good stuff. Good stuff. BW, you still here? Still here, BW? All right. How do we feel after that first quarter, man? How do we feel after that first quarter? What are our thoughts? I thought Joel played better. I did. I thought that he played better. I need to see him keep it up. I liked what Tyrese Maxey was able to do a little bit of the time. I'd like to see Paul George try to get the rock a little bit more, and I'd like to see him try to make some shots. But, the thing is that I compare this to the Eagles because, Saquon's not going to go off every single night, even though he's having an MVP season. A.J. Brown might have a really good night, or Devontae Smith might have a really good night. And then it might be Dallas Goedert who has a really, really good night. You know what I mean? So, if you got a combination of, Saquon Barkley rushing for or getting a total of 130 yards, and then A.J. Brown gets, 105, well, maybe Dallas Goedert only gets 15 and Devontae gets like 40. You know what I mean? So I think that that's sort of like the way that we sort of have to expect how this is going to work. There's only one basketball to go around. I still just want to see a dominant performance from all four. You know, I want this to be a blowout. I obviously want this to be a win, though. If it's not a win, then we're in trouble. But not a bad start. Hopefully they can continue to have pace. What are our thoughts, though? Better energy, says Neil. Pretty good first. Feeling pretty good about JoJo. Looks more physically like him back with the fadeaways. That fadeaway used to be deadly in, like, 2019. The fadeaway was deadly last year. Fadeaway jumper was deadly last year. That was something that he didn't really do too much, but it was really good. Okay, I'm done eating dinner now. I can chat. That was an amazing shot. Flyers score. Nice. All right. Reggie Jackson gets it over at the top of the key. Andre Drummond, Paul George, Gershon, Yabusele, and Kelly Oubre out there for the Sixers. McCain and Embiid have combined to score 20 points. The rest of the team is 11, and the Sixers turn it over. And it'll be Memphis Grizzlies ball as Paul George gets called for an offensive foul. Cam Spencer will also step in for the Grizzlies. Jake LaRavia, Jay Huff, Luke Kennard, and Scottie Pippen Jr. out there. Kennard three-pointer, bang, from the far corner. And Luke now with 2 threes in 3 attempts. George over towards the right side of the lane tries to go up with some contact, and a whistle's called on the floor. Did make the layup, but they won't count it. PG with no points so far and just 1 3-pointer attempt. Just want to continue to catch and shoot. LaRavia is the one that got called for the personal foul. It's Reggie Jackson dribbling with the right hand. Crosses over, gives it back over to Paul George. What's he going to do? George takes it over towards his right side. Kicks it out to Gershon Yabusele for a 3-point shot. That's up. That's no good. Offensive rebound by Gershon. He feeds it to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down. Andre Drummond with a little party sledge. And able to dunk it home. Kennard catches. Puts up another tray. Bullseye. Luke Kennard has just been a Sixers destroyer. He has been a sniper from 3, and he has made 3 out of 4 threes so far in this game, giving him 9 points. George with a little pick and roll action as he stops on a dime, gives it back to Jackson. George to Drummond, who puts up a baby hook, and it's blocked. It's blocked by LaRavia. Defensive rebound by Scottie Pippen Jr. Kennard goes down the lane, kicks it out. And there's a shot that goes up, and that's good by Jay Huff over on the far corner. And a 9-2 run by Memphis as they've knocked down 3 threes and a timeout called with about just a little bit less than 2 minutes played in this second quarter. Not a good start by the Sixers, and it'll be a timeout called. Sixers will get the ball back with 10:20 left to go. All right, so that wasn't good. That was not good at all. We've got to do a better job at stopping Luke Kennard from 3, and we've got to make some defensive changes. You know what they're doing? They're getting around screens, and it's not even like contested threes. We're not playing good zone we're not playing good man-to-man defense. That's just not what we're doing. And Kennard's been able to come off a couple of nice pick and pops. He's getting a lot of space, too. Don't leave him wide open. He's a very good 3-point shooter. Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Uncontested, that's what happens. Emojis are everything. Yeah, if you guys want to get emojis. Sounds like the team is trying, says Grace. So far, so good. So far in the first quarter, it was fine. You know, it looked a little bit sloppy in the beginning. And then they sort of came together, and now in the second quarter, not a good start. Just win the game, man. Please win the game. Don't make JJ mad. Don't make him mad. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe as well. If you want to become a member, it is $2.99 a month. I'm going to copy and paste the membership Link down below. You're also more than welcome to hit the Super Chat button as well. If you guys don't want to become a member, that's totally fine. Hit the Super Chat button, and that's fine. Get back to the channel. I would really appreciate it. You certainly don't have to, but any donation is a plus. Even if you're just donating your time on here, it means a lot to me. All right, here we go. Membership link, it's right over here. It's right here, man. $2.99 a month. Also, if you're tuning in on Facebook or on Twitch, I encourage you all to come on over to my YouTube channel. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in on over there. I do not look at my messages on there as I'm live streaming on both platforms because I don't have that many windows, and there isn't a way for me to try to capture all the chats in one on this program that I'm using. So thanks again, though, for tuning in. It means a lot. 40-33 is the score as the Grizzlies are up by 7 points. Grizzlies won the first match, and this is the last time that they're facing the Sixers this season. Both teams only play each other twice. Grizzlies won 124-107. That was on November 2nd. Sixers are 2-11, 1-6 on the road. McCain will get the inbound pass. McCain back over to George at the Xfinity mobile sign. Steps back, pulls up for two. It goes in and out. Andre Drummond can't get the rebound, though, and the Grizzlies have it over on the other side. Cam Spencer is the one that got the rebound. A little kick out from Pippen Jr. all the way to Aldama. 2-point shots up, and that's no good. Gordon got the board. Outlet pass over to Jared McCain. McCain goes downhill. It's blocked by Jay Huff. Andre Drummond gets the rebound. Not once, not twice. And another block by Jay Huff. So Huff able to get a couple of blocks there. And Luke Kennard back over to Jake LaRavia. Here we go. Here comes Scottie Pippen Jr. Goes down the lane. Floaters up. No good. No good. 40-33, Philadelphia down by 7. Their lineup is George, Drummond, McCain, Gordon, and Martin. Another step back Jay from Paul George. That's no good. So George not being able to hit his shots so far. Kennard goes down the lane, kicks it back outside. They play keep away, and Scottie Pippen Jr. will take it over towards the foul line. Extended. Huff back to Pippen. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Huff goes down the lane and finds a wide-open window for his point guard to operate. 3-point shots, that's up. And we have a shot clock violation as the Sixers play really solid defense. And the Sixers will get the ball back with just a second, less than 9 minutes to go. And Luke Kennard's going to sub out for Memphis. It was actually a 3-second turnover on Jay Huff. He was in the lane for 3 seconds. That's what it was. The shot clock was actually down to 2.2 seconds. Right before the shot went up. 6 turnovers by Memphis. And just 2 for the Sixers. McCain swings it back outside to Drummond. Andre Drummond gives it over to George, who was coming off the screen, a little pick-and-roll action. Drummond puts up the shot, and one. Nice pass from Paul George and Andre Drummond rolling over towards the lane and finishing through hard contact, and will earn his stripe over at the line. Wrong sound effect.
Excellent.
Sorry about that. Nice. Stop being lazy. Defend your guy, says Grace. Looks like Joel Embiid is now standing over at the sideline waiting to sub back in for Andre Drummond. It's over at the scores table. 8:42 left to go in the second quarter. Foul shot by Drummond. He puts it up, and he bricks it as it hits the back of the rim. Lineup for the Grizzlies, it's Jackson Jr., Wells, Pippen Jr., LaRavia, and Spencer. Spencer dribbles with the right hand, kicks it back outside. He'll get it back. LaRavia had it. Going down the lane, getting it stolen is Scottie Pippen. Nice steal by Paul George. Here comes Paul George off to the races. Layup. He puts it up, and he puts it in. Sixers now on a 4-0 run. 4 unanswered points for Philadelphia. And Jackson will try to school Andre Drummond. Let's see how this works. Drummond picks it. George steals it. And the Sixers get the ball back. Good defense by Andre Drummond. George over to McCain. Jared McCain moves over towards his right side. Takes it over towards the nail. Behind the back dribble move. And he ended up losing the ball. And stolen by LaRavia. 3-point shot. That's up. And that's good. by Scottie Pippen Jr. So Jared McCain's turnover, it was not a good turnover. He lost the ball after going behind the back, and that resulted in a three-pointer by Memphis. That puts them back up by 6. McCain tries to make up for it by putting up a 3, and that's off the mark. Drummond, rebound, puts it back up, and puts it in. So Andre Drummond being a very good rebounder in this game for the Sixers. That's what they got him for. Three-point shot is up, way too strong. Drummond gets the board and actually went into the hands of LaRavia. I thought he had it for a very quick second, but LaRavia able to make the hustle play and beat Andre Drummond over to the punch and put it up and in to make it a 6-point lead again. Boy, the Sixers have to be a little bit more aggressive. McCain has been very passive so far in this second quarter. Gordon goes down the lane, tries to put up a shot, and it's blocked by Jaren Jackson Jr. The ball goes out of bounds with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Paul George being able to finish through really tough contact over on the other side. And it looks so easy. And Jared McCain had a shot, could not hit the 3, and Andre Drummond was able to clean the glass. So Embiid comes back in for the Sixers. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. George steps back, fades away, puts up a 2. No good. Nice tip, though, by Martin over to Embiid, and Embiid's going to solo it himself and throw it down with 2 hands. The Sixers down by 4. Martin plays good defense. 3-point shot is up. No good. Joel Embiid gets the miss. Scottie Pippen Jr. is the one that shot it and fired it over from the far corner. Gordon gets the dribble handoff, goes down the lane, gets the ball stripped, and it goes off of his knee, and this is why Eric Gordon, I still can't understand why he's still out there. The ball literally bounced off his knee. He looked so slow to even just get into the lane, and it would sound like broken records just talking about it, but it is unbelievable that this guy's still getting high-quality minutes. 45-41. George sticks his hand into the cookie jar over Scottie Pippen Jr. Can't get it, though, and Pippen gets it back. Pippen over towards the near side. Clark, runner, left hand, no. Embiid can't get the rebound there. Clark ends up jumping over him to get it. Comes Pippen Jr., goes up with a shot. He gets blocked and rejected by Joel Embiid, and the ball goes out of bounds, and are they going to call a foul on Embiid? Oh, I don't know if that's the right play at all. Sixers may want to look at this. Scott Foster said it was a foul. Let's see again. Embiid was able to block Scottie Pippen. Oh, there wasn't a foul. It was just if whether or not the Sixers touched it last. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Caleb Martin did touch it last. All right, so here we go. Ball gets inbounded. 3-point shots up. That's no good. Joel Embiid gets the rebound off of Brandon Clark's miss. McCain goes down the lane. Nola pass to Gershon Yabusele. Oh, what a play by Jared McCain. Being the maestro, being the facilitator, and being able to put the team in a good position to stay involved in this game. Sixers now down by 2, and Taylor Jenkins wants to regroup. How about that low-look pass from Jared McCain to just be able to find a cutting Gershon Yabusele to the rim? This kid has so many skill sets. I mean, it's just unbelievable. He has so much in his toolbox. I was so wrong about him. I was so wrong. Lovely Scott Foster says grace. I went with the Sixers again when I said to myself, never again, says Alvin. What's up, Alvin? How you doing, man? What is up? If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. If you are tuning in, say hi to me, man. Don't be afraid to say hi. If you're just tuning in on here and, you're afraid to talk to me, don't be afraid, man. We got 31 people watching. Let's get 31 likes. I don't know how many likes we have already. Mod Squad, help me out. 24. I actually figured it out myself. I had it up already, so I beat you guys to it. You guys suck! No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. All right, so, yeah. Nice little response there. You start off with a 9-2 run in that second quarter, and for some reason, Eric Gordon's out there. Still was out there for a little bit of time. But regardless, the Sixers were able to get it back Andre Drummond had some nice minutes, man. He did. He played some good minutes. He had a couple of nice rebounds. He did get one. There was one rebound where he should have had, and he just got boxed out, and that was just extra effort. Embiid had the same thing happen to him, too. I think it was Scottie Pippen Jr. that was able to put it back up and in over Joel Embiid. I didn't really like that, but other than that, I got to tell you, Joel, good first half so far. You got to keep it up. You got to keep it up, though. I'm not satisfied. 12 points, 4 rebounds. You can do better than this, man. You can do better than this. McCain, though, 10 points. I thought that it was a little bit annoying that he was being really passive and not really putting up shots to start off that second quarter. You know, he's the leading scorer in that lineup, and if Paul George isn't going to shoot the ball, you got to do it, man. You got to do it. But a nice little no-look pass over to Gershon Yabusele down the lane. That was all thanks to Joel Embiid's rebound, man. Hit the like button. We need 10 likes. We need 10 likes. Well, I went against the Sixers trying to break the curse. Come on. This is a must-win game, man. A must-win ball game. Ricky Council, the fourth, comes in for Eric Gordon. Wow, that's a surprise. So the Sixers shooting 42% from the field. Jaren Jackson goes down the lane, puts up a floater. No good. The ball gets volleyballed, and it goes out of the hands of Ricky Council, the fourth. Council was trying to get a rebound and tip it out to Embiid, and Council, I think, was the one that ended up touching it last, and it goes out of bounds over towards the far sideline. Clark, Jackson, Wells, Bain, and Aldama out there for the Grizzlies, and for the Sixers, it's Martin, Embiid, McCain, Yabusele, and Council for them in that lineup. Clark, runner, puts it up, can't put it in. And Embiid can't hold on to the rebound. It goes into the hands of Brandon Clark in the second possession coming up for the Grizzlies. Shot clock resets to 14. Three-point shot, that's up by Bain. Way off the mark. Another offensive rebound by Jaren Jackson Jr. But we have a foul called. And I think it's going to go against Gershon. And Gershon has to... Well, that's just his first foul. The Sixers have actually done a good job by not really fouling. And it'll be Grizzlies' ball. I'm actually going to say there was no foul and that it just went out of bounds. That was really weird. All right, so Desmond Bain gets it back over from Scottie Pippen Jr. Throws up a shot wide open. That's a little bit off. Embiid able to get the rebound, though. 5:03 left to go in the second quarter. McCain gets the dribble handoff. Runner is up. No. And Embiid takes a tumble to the deck. 4-on-3 basketball. Well, really 4-on-4 basketball. Bain, three-pointer. Bang! Desmond Bain able to knock it down with ease. And that's his second tray of the ball game, 48-43. Philadelphia down by 5. Now it's up to McCain to try to get some offense going. Takes it with the left hand. No-look pass back outside to Gershon Yabusele, and we have a travel called against Gershon. He picked up his pivot foot, and he moved a little bit too soon. And the Sixers have another turnover. 4:29 left to go in the second quarter. Got to be on the same page. Got to be on the same page and got to just understand what the rules are. Can't be making these simple mistakes. It's like penalties in football. Like when guys are lining up on the offensive line or whatever and people are moving. It's the same exact thing. Clark, runner, inside, over Embiid, got it. And that makes it now a 5-0 run for Memphis. So Jared McCain back out there for the Sixers. No Tyrese Maxey in this second quarter so far. McCain gets a screen from Embiid. Embiid gets it back over at the top of the key. Embiid tells Gershon to go down low, steps back, 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid wants to go over towards the foul line, has to put up a layup. He puts it up. It's a little bit too strong. Gershon gets the rebound. It's kicked out to Ricky Council, and Council throws it down. Look out below for Ricky Council. Bain in the lane. Kicks it back outside to Aldama, and we have a foul called on the Sixers. Scott Foster will call it on Jared McCain. Ricky Council just made a statement on that dunk saying, "This is why you got to play me more, Nick Nurse. This is exactly why. I bring athleticism, and I also bring a lot of agility to this ball club." Step back 2 for the Grizzlies. That's up and in by Santi Aldama. And Caleb Martin gets it back. They exchange twos with the Memphis Grizzlies. Here's Martin over to Embiid, who catches, lets it fly, and knocks it down from the far wing at the three-point line. Embiid able to knock down a tray, and now has 15 points in the ball game. Aldama cuts over to the basket. The ball gets tipped, though, by Caleb Martin. It's stolen. Council, another dunk. It's good. And the Sixers are on a run themselves, and they're down by 2. Council with 2 dunks in a row. And there's a three-pointer by Jaren Jackson Jr. That's up, and that's in. And you got to cover him. He can certainly knock down the 3 ball if he's wide open. Embiid over at the top of the key being guarded by Jackson. Fakes the handoff to McCain. Gives it over to Caleb Martin. 13 seconds left. Martin with a little pump fake and a little bounce pass over to Gershon Yabusele. Wide open three-pointer. Bullseye. From the near corner, and the Sixers back down by 2. Bane steps back. Thought about taking the 3. And instead, he'll give it up to Clark. Bane gets it over at the FedEx Forum sign as the Grizzlies go from left to right. Aldama goes down the lane with the right hand. Kicks it back outside the Bane. Wide open three-pointer, and that's good as well. Jackpot for Desmond Bane. 58-53. It was nothing but net. Embiid over at the far elbow, wants to take on Jackson Jr., steps back, lets it fly, and puts it up. Can't put it in. No good on the follow-through, though, by Gershon Yabusele. And Council tried to muster his way to get into the lane and get the rebound. Instead, he's going to be called for a loose ball foul. A loose ball foul there on Ricky Council IV. I like this lineup out there for the Sixers. It seems like that they are very explosive with Martin, Council, and Embiid, and McCain out there as well, and Gershon. So Gershon's going to take a quick seat. 58-53 is the score with 2:05 left to be played in the second quarter. George comes back out there for the Sixers, and again, no Tyrese Maxey. Curious to see what the heck's going on. There's a step-back 3 from Desmond Bane, and he is lighting it up from 3. And the Sixers down by 8 with a 1:51 left to go in the second quarter. Bane and Martin are chirping back and forth together, and the ref comes on in and is like, hold up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Whoever just subscribed to my channel, thank you all so much for being here. Appreciate it very, very much. Desmond Bane, what a game he has had so far. 13 points. He's also has 3 rebounds and 3 assists out there as well. Reggie Jackson will sub on in for Jared McCain. Jackson, Bane, Aldama, and LaRavia and Kennard out there for the Grizzlies. For the Sixers, it's George, Martin, Jackson, Embiid, and Council. 61-53, Philadelphia down by 8 with about less than 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Bane talking a little bit of some smack over to Caleb Martin, and Embiid sort of came on in and was like, yo, back off my guy. Jackson takes it with the right hand. Goes over towards the top of the key. Down the lane he goes. Tries to find Embiid, and Embiid was not ready for it. And Jackson makes a bad pass, and it goes out of bounds. Another Sixers turnover. Got to be careful about that. You really, really do. So Jackson throws it out of bounds, and Memphis will try to make the Sixers pay. LaRavia outside. Back over to Bane. Good defense by Council. Now it's Reggie Jackson stepping over all over LaRavia. Little give and go to Jaren Jackson Jr., who puts it up and puts it in, and now it's a 10-point lead for the Grizzlies. Just like that, they're on an 8-0 run. That's not what you wanted. Embiid over at the top of the key. Thought about taking the foul line jumper. Instead, it goes over to George. George to Jackson. No good. Jackson's three-pointer was way off the mark over on the left side of the wing. Bane goes downhill. Tries to find Luke Kennard for a 3. Pump fakes. He puts up a tray, and that is going to go over the backboard. Hit the front of the rim, and then just trickled over the backboard, and the Sixers will get the ball back as they're down by 8 points. Man. Double technical was actually called on Caleb Martin and Desmond Bane. That was when they had that little altercation there. Jackson hands it off to Joel Embiid. Embiid fakes the dribble handoff, wants to try to take on Jaren Jackson Jr. himself. Nice little pass over to Martin. Martin to George, three-point shot, way off the mark. Council rebound, puts it back up, can't put it in. And the ball gets tipped over into Luke Kennard's hands with 33 seconds left to go. Sixers down by 10 with 28 seconds left to go in this second quarter. They just did not close out the second quarter so good. Bane is being guarded by Embiid. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Bane gets going over towards the right side, but a foul called on the Sixers with about 18.3 seconds left to go. They're going to call it on Joel Embiid. Lots of blocks in this game from Jaren Jackson Jr. Did you know that? I mean, he's just been a blocking machine. He's a very good defensive player for sure. Just what Jaren Jackson Jr. does. That's what he's been able to do throughout his whole career so far. George tips it. It goes into the backcourt. 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock as the shot clock did reset. Grizzlies are in the bonus. 10.5 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And the ball gets stripped. Embiid tries to get it. And Embiid does get it with 3 seconds to go. A nice little pass over to Council. 3-point shot goes up, and that's off the mark. And that's going to do it. So the Sixers down by 10 going into halftime. And they have some work to do if they want to try to get back involved into this ball game. Tyrese Maxey only played for 5 minutes in that first half, as he's on a minutes restriction tonight. And the Sixers are down by 10. We have to talk about some things, that's for sure. All right. Yes. We certainly have things to talk about. Let's talk about that first half, shall we? Shall we talk about that first half? That was good and bad. I'm just disappointed that we don't have the lead. All I really care about right now is for us to get the win. I feel like that there's really not much that I can say. There were some things that I really liked. There were some things that I hated, and I feel like I say this every single game now. I really, really do. Where it's like, well, there's some positives I take away. There's some negatives I take away. I will tell you that one of the negatives that I took away today is that Jared McCain, I know that he has 10 points and he has 3 assists, but in that second quarter, when he's out there with Paul George and Eric Gordon and some of those other guys, I forget which lineup it was, but he was being very passive. And as much as I like to see how he tries to make smart plays, I want him to also take the shots if nobody else is clicking. So I want him to sort of have that mentality where, you know what, I can pass it to my teammates. I'm not going to be a pass-first type of a player, but if you need me to take the shots, I'm going to try to do it with ease, and I'll try to knock it down. So that's something that I feel like it was a little bit annoying in that first half. Joel Embiid, how was his play? 15 minutes, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Joel played okay. In that second quarter, it was not as good. He made a 3. That was nice. Had a nice little fadeaway jumper, which was kind of cool too, but he's not really like going off the way that I want him to in this game. And that can change in the third quarter. Maybe he does pick it up a little bit. Maybe he does. But I didn't really think that I thought that he was a little bit more aggressive. Now, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a guy who's not really as tall, right? Like, Jackson is 6 feet. I mean, he's 6 feet 10 inches tall. So I'm just saying, like, in size, though, he's a little bit smaller compared to Joel Embiid. So, Embiid is 280 pounds, 7 feet tall, and he should be bullying him, man. He should be trying to post him up, but maybe the knee is still bothering him. We don't know. Gershon comes in and gives you 8 points. He had a couple of nice threes in those 9 minutes, and I liked the little spark plug that he provided off the bench. Oubre just continues to struggle. I don't understand that, and I like how finally Ricky Council IV gets some minutes out there, plays for 5 minutes. Now he was a -8, but he had 2 nice dunks, and he almost had a nice layup too, and I thought that he should have been able to hit that. But 1 rebound, you got to put athleticism out there, and finally Nick Nurse woke up and was like, you know what, I am going to do that. I am going to try to do that. So that was a little bit of a breath of fresh air too. I guess Kyle Lowry's not available tonight. It seems like he's not even like on the DNP list. KJ Martin has not played yet. Adembone has not played, and Lester Quinones hasn't played yet either. So I don't see Kyle Lowry's name over there, which I do find interesting for sure. Eric Gordon is actually, you know what's really weird? Eric Gordon has been a +5 for the Sixers. And he hasn't even given them anything. Just 1 rebound. He's 0 for 1 from the field. He had a layup that honestly looked like he was walking through quicksand, and he just was not able to hit it. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that first half, man? What are your thoughts? Can Paul George get a bucket, says Neil. Oh, great question. Yes, I would like to talk a little bit about Paul George. I need him to be more aggressive, man. 1 for 6 he is from the field. 0 for 2 from 3. He looks lost. He does. He's been playing good on the defensive side, but we need better than just good on the defensive side. We need you to actually play very good basketball and just try to score. I liked how in the first quarter, he had all 3 of his rebounds in the first quarter, but it was like during the first 5 minutes, it looked like he was out there to just crash the glass, and I liked that. I liked how he was hustling out there, and then he sort of, in that second quarter, just died off a little bit. So, Caleb Martin continues to just be Caleb Martin. I don't know. 16 minutes, only 1 field goal attempt, 2 steals, 3 assists, 1 rebound, no points. It's just very crazy to me. I don't understand that. Don't understand it at all. How do we shoot from 3? We shot from 3 in the first. In the first half, we made 22% of our threes. A lot of our threes did not go in. We're down in this game because Desmond Bane and Memphis have been cooking us from 3. And why is that? Because the Sixers have not been able to contest a lot of shots, and they're not doing good in their rotations. I don't like that. You got to stay on your man. When the ball's getting rotated, you got to make sure that you cover whoever you're supposed to cover. Can't leave anybody wide open. Kennard had a lot of wide open threes. So did Desmond Bane. And I think one of them maybe was contested. It was a good shot, but Jaren Jackson Jr. has been making his threes. And Jackson Jr. this year from 3 has actually been, not so bad. He's shooting 35%, which for his standards is actually not so bad. It's really not. He shot like 32% last year. He did shoot 35% the year before that, and then was also a 31% shooter back in 2021-22. Yeah, he's getting better from 3, so can't leave him wide open either. I don't like that. I hit the like button, says Will. The minuses don't help, says Hardcore. And honestly, the +5 doesn't really help either. Yeah, we don't contest threes. And I think that's why we're losing this game. It's not that we're not hustling. At times, I thought that the Sixers could have hustled a little bit more. But they're making their threes, and the reason why is because they're all wide open. They're all wide open, and the Sixers just have not been able to rotate. They're not a good defensive team out there for some reason. I can't seem to understand why. I don't get it. I don't understand. So, whatever. It is what it is. Let's see. Let's go rate somebody. Should we go say hi to somebody? Let's go say hi to somebody right now. I need to take a very quick step off. I'd like to go say hi to somebody. Let's go see Philly halftime. Should we see Philly halftime? I think we should. There's Kayla. That's awesome. I gotta reach back out to Kayla, man. I'd like to try to get her on. All right, here we go. Let's go say hi to Philly halftime, all right? We'll be right back in just a few moments. I'm going to take a little break. And Scott, you can do whatever you want, man. That's totally fine. Yep. All right, let's go say hi, and I'll be right back. It's play-by-play with JJ, man. What's going on? Hopefully y'all are doing well and having yourselves a very, very fantastic day. Do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons. The first half is over for the Sixers. They're down by 10. There were actually some things that I liked. There were other things that I really did not like. And ultimately, right now, I don't take all I really care about is for them to just get the win. You know, I don't really take stock into anything right now, as bad as that sounds. And I don't take stock into a lot of things as long as we get the win. You know, like that's what really ultimately matters. I will tell you that Nick Nurse is actually coaching a very good game today. He is. He's coaching a very good game today. I still don't think that Eric Gordon should be playing, but Kyle Lowry's not out there, and guess what? Ricky Council IV is getting some minutes, and he's actually making an impact, so that's really, really nice to see. But, yeah, so I think that Nick Nurse has sort of been a positive in this game. I like some of the plays that he's been able to design, and I think that a lot of the rotations have looked really good. The only rotation I didn't like was the rotation to start off the second quarter. That was the only one I did not like. I did not think that was a good lineup at all whatsoever. But then he made a move and finally changed it, and the Sixers got a little bit of a spurt with that new lineup out there with Drummond, Gershon. Who else was out there? Drummond, Gershon. It wasn't Oubre. It was Martin and McCain and Gordon. And for some reason, that lineup worked. So, yeah. For some reason, that lineup did work. Yeah. What did they have to do a better job at in the second half? They have to switch it up with trying to give Desmond Bane other looks, and they have to just be able to make their threes. They do. They got to get better shots off. I want to see a very more physical Joel Embiid. I don't think he's having a bad game today. I think that it's been better ever since he's come back. And, it's only the fourth game, but I need the team to win. I need them to win. Just get me the win, please, and thank you. We want to win. Let's go. That's all that matters. This is a big game. I've said it from the beginning. It's not really that second quarter. Where did they lose in the second quarter? Well, the start to that quarter, with that lineup out there, that was a 9-2 run. That was the difference. Really, that run right there was the difference of the first half. That run was the difference of the first half. We start off that quarter, right? It's 31-31. It's tied, and all of a sudden, when we go into a timeout, right? Like when the first timeout is called, it's like 40 to 33. Jay Huff made a three. Luke Kennard made a three. Actually, he made 2 threes, and then Drummond had a nice little dunk. But that run was critical. But we're going to go back out there for the third quarter, and we better dominate. Let's get us back into this ball game, all right? Let's get us back into this. And wake me up, man. We went to sleep in the second quarter. That's why I just said wake me up. They did. They started off asleep, and then they played a little bit better. And then there was something else. I forget what it was. All right, so we are starting off the second half right now. Sixers down by 10. Here we go. It's McCain, Maxey, George, Embiid, and Martin all out there for the Sixers. George with a skip pass over to Embiid, who gets double-teamed. Embiid tries to take on Brandon Clark. He steps back. He'll fade away. He'll take a 2. Doesn't even hit the rim. Caleb Martin has it bounce over his head. Can't get the rebound. And the rebound instead goes to Scottie Pippen Jr. Bane, floater, inside. No good. George tries to get the rebound. He was hopping for just a little second. And he's stumbling just a little bit. And the Sixers are going to call for time. Uh-oh, I don't know if I like this. Paul George is taking is on his knees, and the trainer's going out there to check up on him, and the Sixers have to call a timeout. Uh-oh. Can anything go right? What, did he hyperextend his knee on that? On that rebound? Ugh. Man. Jeez, man. And Paul George is down. Great. Great. Beautiful. Nothing ever goes our way, man. Nothing ever goes our way. Nudes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on. Astarky, oh, thank you so much, Astarky. Dude, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't talked to you in a while. What's going on, Astarky? Thanks so much for coming on here. Great. Great. So now Paul George is hurt, and that does not make me happy. It does not make me happy. I'm so annoyed with this team. And now something else just has to go wrong. Crazy. This team just puts me in such a bad mood. Welcome on in, guys. Thank you so much for the raid. That was really, really nice. Nudes, drop your link down below. You know what to do. You know what to do. And Astarky, you're more than welcome to drop your link down below, too. And you stream on Twitch, right? You stream on Twitch, don't you? Starkey says I'm doing good. Robert Down says they'll recover. Let's I don't know, man. All right, let's see if we get any updates from PG. Let's see. Hopefully just rolled an ankle, but Paul George is being evaluated by the medical staff. Gosh. This team can just never stay healthy. I do, says a Starkey. You're more than welcome to drop that link down below. Here, let me make you a mod. Hold up 1 second. I got you. I got you. I got you. Hold up 1 second. Let me add you as a mod. There you go. You're a mod now, Starkey. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, boy. Man. Starkey is on YouTube and Twitch. Oh, great. Awesome. Drop your YouTube link down below. Drop your YouTube link down below, too. All right. All right, so the Sixers will have Tyrese Maxey, Jared McCain, Joel Embiid, Gershon Yabusele, and Caleb Martin out there for them. Martin goes down the lane, gets the ball stolen by Jaren Jackson Jr. Jackson outside, three-pointer by Pippen. It's blocked by Caleb Martin, and Maxey comes up with the rebound. So that was a good defensive play. McCain over on offense, takes it over towards the elbow, gets defended by Scottie Pippen Jr., kicks it out to Embiid, who's over at the top of the key. Joel tries to hand it off to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey back over to McCain. One more to Gershon, and the pass gets deflected, and we have a foul called on Jackson Jr. with 2.6 seconds left on the shot clock, and that's going to reset the shot clock. There we go. Good. Good. Thank you so much, Starkey. Make sure that you guys go like and subscribe. Paul George is being examined. He did walk off and is going back over to the locker room. So, yeah, 63-53 is the score. Sixers are 2-11, and they're trying to get their season back on track. They have really been so disappointing so far this year. Nothing has gone right at all. Embiid with a dribble handoff over to Maxey. Maxey to McCain. 3 seconds left. McCain gets the ball. Clobbered around. Goes up with a shot. It's blocked by Pippen Jr. And the Sixers have another stale offensive possession. Jackson with the dribble towards the right hand. Gives it back up. Outside is Desmond Bane. Good ball movement. Jackson Jr. 3-point shot. Up. No good. And Embiid says, I've had enough. Can the Sixers utilize this energy and go on a run here? Maxey over to Embiid. Embiid gets his feet set. 3-point shots up. And that's a little bit short. And the Sixers can't cash in. Get your butt down low, Joel. Come on. Bane over to Brandon Clark. Clark tries to bully Embiid. Embiid stands his ground. Goes up for a layup. That's no good by Scottie Pippen Jr. McCain catches over on the other side. Gives it back outside to Gershon Yabusele. Yabusele to Embiid. Embiid back to Gershon. 3-point shots up, and that's good. So that makes it now 63-56. Gershon Yabusele able to knock down his third three tonight. And it's been a lot of just passing and then stopping for the Sixers in this third quarter so far. We have a layup made on the other side by Scottie Pippen Jr., and the Sixers back down by 9 as Pippen is able to get another bucket. He's just been so dominant so far in this game. Scottie Pippen Jr., 5 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, but he's been doing it all. Maxey misses a three-pointer. Desmond Bane gets the rebound. 65-56 with less than 9 minutes to go. Memphis has the balls. They go from right to left. Sixers are going from left to right. Bane crosses over, takes it with his left hand, gets the ball deflected over towards the three-point line. Clark's three-pointer is up, and that's no good. Caleb Martin gets the rebound. Gershon Yabusele, three-point shot from the top of the key. Got it! Gershon is keeping the Sixers alive. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise that Paul George ended up coming out right now. Obviously, you don't want to see any injuries happen, but Gershon's been on fire, man. 2 threes so far in this third quarter. Sixers down by 6. Gershon blocks it on the other side as Desmond Bane went up with a corner jumper. Gershon Yabusele able to make a big difference so far in this third quarter so far. Man, oh man. How about just the three-pointers and also the really good defense? He's been really, just playing with a lot of energy in this third quarter so far. And it looks like he wants to go out there and win this game. Scottie Pippen Jr. gets the inbound pass from Desmond Bane. A little kick out to Brandon Clark. Clark goes downhill. Kicks it back outside. Aldama, three-point shots up. And a shot clock violation for the Sixers on the defensive side. There's Kyle Lowry trying to really be vocal over towards that sideline. He's in street clothes tonight and has a little hoodie on, a red hoodie that is, sort of a salmon-esque type of a color. Maxey with the headband takes it over towards the right side of the lane. A little pick and roll action to Embiid. Embiid foul line jumper connects. Maxey gets the assist, and the Sixers are on a little run themselves and are down by 4. Nice job by Tyrese Maxey and Joel Hans Embiid. Martin blocks it on the other side. Desmond Bane tried to go up with a layup, and Caleb Martin said no. And the Sixers have changed the momentum as they are coming back and are just being able to do a really good job at just providing that spark. And that was thanks to Gershon Yabusele coming back in for Paul George. 3 blocks in this quarter so far for the Sixers. Grizzlies will inbound it. Kennard gets it. He goes down the lane. Pump fake over Embiid. Step back 3 from Scottie Pippen Jr. Bullseye. Nice pass from Kennard over to Scottie Pippen over towards that far corner. And Memphis gets a much-needed bucket from 3. That's their 15th 3 of the game. Maxey with some space. Lets it fly for 3. No. McCain rebound. Outside to Embiid. Joel takes a couple of jab steps and tries to pump his defender, Brandon Clark, and he'll go to the line as Clark fouls him. Really just tried to just take him to school and bang knees with him and box him out. Couldn't do so, though. Caleb Martin providing a really nice block over on the other side. And Embiid's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. So we have some foul shots. I thought we had some foul shots coming up. It was not in the act of shooting. They say McCain's going to get the inbound. He lost the basketball, and that's his second turnover of the ball game. Not a good possession by Jared McCain. Sixers with 8 turnovers, the Grizzlies with 11. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them. Kennard being guarded heavily by McCain. Kennard goes down the lane and kicks it out to Pippen Jr. 3-point shots up. That's too strong. Maxey climbs the ladder, gets the rebound. Good hustle by Tyrese Maxey. McCain operating the offense. Over on the other side. Steps back. Gives it back to Maxey. Maxey, one more to Gershon. Fit three-pointer. Bang! Gershon Yabusele once again from downtown. It's like he's Steph Curry out there. Sixers down by 4. Gershon, what a ball game for him. Runner by Aldama. No good. Embiid tried to get the rebound, and he's fouled by Brandon Clark. Good physical play by Joel Hans Embiid. Gershon Yabusele, 17 points, 9 in this third quarter so far. He is 5 for 6 from 3 and has the Midas touch. And Philadelphia down by 4 with 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. McCain will inbound it. It's Caleb Martin, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Jared McCain, and Gershon Yabusele out there for the Sixers. The rest of the team from 3 is 2 for 18, and he is just 5 for 6, Gershon. Maxey goes up with a layup, and it's blocked and rejected by Jaren Jackson Jr. Bain with the board. Bain outside to Aldama, who catches, lets it fly. Three-point shot, no good. Gershon Yabusele, rebound. Gives it back out over to Tyrese Maxey, who goes into the front court, and we have a travel called on Tyrese Maxey. Another Sixers turnover. Come on, man. Come on. 3 fouls committed by the Grizzlies, none by the Sixers in this third quarter. And Nick Nurse wanted a little explanation as well. Sixers do have 4 turnovers in this quarter. The Grizzlies just have 1. Here's a little pick and roll to Jackson Jr. Layup is up, no. Jackson on the second try, that's good, as Embiid had him boxed out. And Jackson got the rebound. And Jaren Jackson Jr. able to put it back up and in. And that makes it a 2-possession ball game. McCain tries to back up his defender. Nice little screen set by Embiid. McCain sets up Maxey over outside. Maxey layup with the left hand. No. Gershon tips it. It goes into the hands of Desmond Bain. Here's Scottie Pippen Jr. Layup is up. It's rejected by Caleb Martin. Luke Kennard, 3-point shot. That's up. No good. And we have a foul called. And that's going to go against Caleb Martin. It's going to be a 3-point opportunity for Luke Kennard out there, and he'll go to the line for 3. But how about the defense by Caleb Martin again? Some nice blocks. He just got up there and was able to block Wells, who went into the lane, thought that he had some daylight, and then the ball got deflected that went into the hands of Luke Kennard, and he had a 3-point shot, and Martin could not close him out. First foul shot by Luke Kennard. He puts it up, and he puts it in. Man, what a game. 5:22 left to go in the third quarter. Gershon has been keeping the Sixers alive. So Luke Kennard has been a very good foul shooter. That's the second foul shot to trickle on in as well. And he'll go to the line for one more. What a game, says Stoney. I know. You're doing good, JJ. Let's hope for the best, says Robert. Thanks, dude. Not my best one tonight, but it is what it is. Jake LaRavia is going to enter on in for Jalen Wells. And the third free throw is up, and that's good by Luke Kennard, and that makes it a 9-point ball game. All right. McCain will get the inbound pass. Jared has not scored in this third quarter so far. And you want to try to see him try to get some points out there. Gershon back over to Martin. Martin gets the ball bobbled by Kennard, and it's stolen in the backfield by Memphis. Kennard gets it in the front court. Tries to play keep away against Caleb Martin. Bain gets it over towards the inside. Aldama takes a couple steps. The ball goes out on Caleb Martin's foot, and a kicked ball violation called on Caleb Martin. So now the Grizzlies have been a little bit more scrappy out there. Ricky Council IV will step on in for Caleb Martin. Let's see if he can provide a little bit of a difference. So it's Council, McCain, Oubre, as Maxey will also take a quick seat as well. Sixers want to match athleticism on athleticism. Oubre gets the ball not to loose. Bain tries to dive for it on the ground, and I think we have a foul called on Oubre with 6 seconds left on the shot clock and 4:49 left to be played in the third quarter. So no news yet on Paul George. Not that I see so far. Nothing new on Paul George. Oubre will defend the inbound here as Bain has to give it up to Kennard. 4:48 left to go in the third quarter. Kennard bounces it over to Jaren Jackson Jr. Jackson Jr. tries to give it up to Council. Council didn't anticipate the pass coming, and it goes into Aldama's hands. Aldama lays it up. Can't lay it in, and we have another foul called on the Sixers. Come on, Ricky. I mean, the ball was literally right in your hands, and you just dropped it. and that gave the Grizzlies a little bit of extra life. The foul's called on Joel Embiid, and it's a shooting foul, and already 3 fouls committed within the last couple of seconds. And Gershon also got beaten up on the play. Aldama just beat him right over to his spot. He had to spin, and he had to try to make a left-handed layup and could not do so, but it was wide open. First foul shot by Santi Aldama is up and in. Swish goes the basketball, and the Grizzlies are on a big run themselves. They really are. They're on a big run. It's ever since it was 68-64, it's been a 7-0 run by Memphis as they lead it 75-64. Sixers keep knocking on the door, and then the Grizzlies go on a run. McCain with some space. 3-point shot. That's up, and it's good. However, they don't count the shot, and they're going to call a foul or a turnover on the Sixers. Is that on Jared McCain? Did he take too many steps there? No, it's an offensive foul on Joel Embiid. It's an offensive foul for setting an illegal screen. More careless mistakes. Bane over towards the outside. He takes a step back over McCain, lets it fly for 3. No good. Oubre gets the rebound, and the Sixers will have it back. They're just 7 for 24 from 3. And the Grizzlies are 14 for 33 from downtown. Embiid gets the ball not loose, but it's a foul called on Desmond Bane. And I think that he will finally go to the line and shoot a pair of foul shots if they call it in the act of shooting. And it looks like that's where he's standing, so he will be at the line. JJ talking so fast his mouth can't keep up. Yeah, that, you know what that means? That means that I can't keep thinking about what I'm going to say, and I just have to let it fall naturally. That's what I got to do, man. That's exactly what I got to do. Because Kevin Harlan has actually talked about that in interviews. He said that if you're thinking about like what you're going to say, it doesn't come out as naturally. That's what hurting the Sixers that's what's hurting the Sixers. Careless mistakes, says Stoney. I know. I agree. All right. Second foul shot by Embiid. He puts it up. Excellent. And he puts it in. Sixers are in the bonus. That is good news for Philadelphia. Aldama will inbound it over to Jake LaRavia. There's Tyrese Maxey over on the bench. 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. LaRavia tries to go down the lane, kicks it back outside, and finds Aldama. Aldama to Kennard. Aldama, 3-point shot. It's up, and swish goes the basketball. Santi Aldama, all of a sudden, he's Steph Curry out there as he makes a 23-foot shot, and the Sixers back down by a dozen. McCain off the dribble outside to Oubre, who hesitated. Embiid gets it back. He hesitates a little bit. He's over at the foul line. Foul line jumper's up, and that's good by Joel Embiid. 19 points. It was a 15-foot pull-up jumper. 21 points for him now, actually, and 7 rebounds, too. He's 7 for 14 from the field. It looks like we're going to have a foul called against the Sixers as Embiid gets hit into the face with 3:16 left to be played in the third quarter. And Jackson Jr. is going to head on over to the foul line. Oof, he got elbowed right into the eyes. Yeah. So Embiid gets called for the shooting foul, and the Sixers are going to call a timeout here. I don't think this was a shooting foul. Let's see again. I don't know. I think that's an offensive foul, man. I do. And I think that the Sixers have a right to challenge this. So 3:16 left to go in the third quarter. They'll be back in just a few moments. They're down by 10. There's a big call coming up, though, if they can win this challenge. 4-1. Welp. Yep. Crazy. I don't know. 2 points for PG in 17 minutes. He was not playing well. I mean, I hope he's not injured, but man, oh man. Gershon, 17 points for him off the bench in 17 minutes. And yet we're still down by 10. Crazy. Hit the like button, man. The Grizzlies just shoot threes. They're living and dying by the three. And you know what? The Sixers can't guard the perimeter. And why can't they guard the perimeter? Because they have slow guys out there who just can't rotate. They just can't rotate, man. I love covering this team, man. But it's hard. It's hard right now. It ain't easy. Could I have went live yesterday and talked about what was being reported in the story? I could have done that. But you know what? Everybody would have said the same exact thing. There's a lot of them out there. And I personally just didn't feel like talking about it. I wanted to just let it process. Because everybody has said pretty much, I think, what we're all thinking. So why should I have to continue to bang that drum? Why should I? All right, we're down by 10. 3:16 left to go in the third quarter. Ugh. Ugly. We're shooting 29% from three. And Gershon has been Steph Curry out there. Crazy. So Jackson's going to go to the line for two. First foul shot's up, and that's in. Sixers challenged it, and the Sixers will get called for or charged with a timeout. I don't get it. Second foul shot by Jackson. He puts it up, and he puts it in. Foul line right. It's good. 80-68 is the score. Both teams now in the bonus. McCain gets a screen set by Embiid. Steps back. Embiid over at the foul line. Foul line jumper is up, and it trickles in. So Embiid's been able to knock down his free throw line jumpers from his sweet spot. That's been a good sign, I guess. Council gets a steal. Nice little backdoor cut by him. Council back outside to McCain for three. Got it! And Jared McCain able to knock it down in a 5-0 run just like that by Philadelphia with 2:50 left to go in the third quarter. How about Council's defense? He noticed, I think it was Jalen Wells who tried to pass it over to, it was Jalen Wells who tried to pass it on over to Jake LaRavia. Cam Spencer tried to pass it to Jake LaRavia. The ball was stolen by Council. And it was good transition defense by the Sixers. And with 2:50 left to go in the third quarter, Taylor Jenkins will call for time. JJ, that was a foul on Jaren Jackson Jr., bro. It was. That was a foul. That was the wrong call. That was the wrong call. That was the wrong call. So, I don't understand. What's up, Zeitz? How you doing, man? What's up, JC? How you guys doing? I'm, as you can tell, I'm very defeated with this basketball team. I am. I'm so frustrated. If you want to hear an all-time JJ rant, if they lose tonight, you'll hear it. I might wake up my neighbors. So, just a fair warning. I might actually lose my voice too. All right. Well, they're on a 5-0 run. Let's just keep going, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I want to thank all of you for being on here, man. Gershon Yabusele gets the ball tipped, and Jaren Jackson Jr. tried to catch it. It went into the backcourt, and they're going to call foul on Gershon? Really? The ball went into the backcourt. He reached his hand into the cookie jar. There was no contact. That was all ball. And Scott Foster called a foul on Gershon Yabusele. And even Gershon could not believe it. That was just good defense. And they're going to call a foul. Jackson's first foul shot is up and in. And Nick Nurse scratches his head again. He wants an explanation from Scott Foster. That's not the right call. Not the right call, Scott. Scott Foster. Second foul shot by Jackson. He puts it up, and he puts it in. That was not a foul. Embiid will get the inbound pass from Ricky Council the fourth. Sixers back down by 9 with 2.5 minutes to go. McCain gets a screen from Embiid. McCain goes down the lane, lays it up, and he lays it in. Nice job by McCain. So far, so good from Jared McCain. I think he has 15 points. I don't want to check the score because there's a lot of spoilers. Here comes Kennard. Goes back door. Aldama, 3-point shots up, and that's good. Man, somebody close out Santi Aldama, man. Somebody close him out. He hit it from the near wing. He hit it from the far corner. He can hit from anywhere, man. The Memphis Grizzlies are 16 for 35 from 3. McCain at the elbow. Gets it back over at the top of the key. Gives it up to Embiid. Joel. Pump fake. Jab step. 2-point shot. That's up, and that's in. Another free throw line jumper for Joel Embiid, and the Sixers down by 8 with 1:45 left to go in the third quarter. 25 for Embiid, 10 in this quarter alone. Kennard at the top of the key. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Jackson tries to bully Embiid, goes up with a shot. It's up, no good. Good defense by Oubre and Embiid. 10 seconds left to go here on the shot clock. Embiid falls, and a foul called on Jackson Jr. He just sort of tripped up Joel Embiid with less than 90 seconds to go in quarter number 3, and Joel's going to go back over to the foul line. See again. It was a nice little layup by Jared McCain. It was Gershon Yabusele who was rolling over towards the rim, and then McCain was like, I'm going to take it myself. And Jackson, the first play should have been called a foul when he sort of went into Joel Embiid's knee. And then the next time it was tripping. So they're going to review this with less than 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. So we have another stoppage in play. It is a personal foul as it stands. It is an official review here. I can't understand why. But let's see. I don't know. No harm, no foul. He tripped him. Joel, sort of just, ran over him. And he got tripped. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Can't seem to understand that, man. I don't know. McCain, again, keeps the Sixers in the game. He does. All right, so it's a official review. So it is a personal foul called on Jaren Jackson Jr., I believe. I don't know. And it looks like Joel's going to go over to the line and he'll shoot 2 free throws. Look at the Flyers. They're losing 4-1. Damn. We can't be doing that. RG's here. What's going on, dude? Thanks so much for stopping by. Long time no talk, he says. Yeah. If you want to hear an all-time rant if the Sixers lose, stay on here, man. Because it will be a classic. First foul shot, that's up, and that's good by Joel Embiid. The Sixers, by the way, they're down to just 3 timeouts. They're down to 3 timeouts. The Grizzlies are down to 4. We're not even in the fourth quarter, so. Embiid's first foul shot is good. Council, Yabusele, McCain, Oubre, and Embiid out there for the Sixers. Second foul shot.
Excellent.
That's good, too. Aldama catches. Thought about taking the 3-point shot. Instead, he gives it over to LaRavia. LaRavia goes downhill. There's Aldama again. Jackson Jr. gets it. Goes up with a baby hook. That's up, and that's good, and 1. 87-79. Jaren Jackson Jr. being a man amongst boys. And the foul is called on Embiid. And we're going to have another foul shot coming up. The Memphis Grizzlies just have an answer for the Sixers every single time they put up a shot. I don't even think that was a foul there either. Oh, man. Nothing can go right for us. And is PG out for the rest of the game? I can't seem to tell. The foul shot's up, and that's good by Jaren Jackson Jr. What a ball game for him. Jackson with 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist so far today. Thinking now 19 on that foul shot. Reggie Jackson comes on in for the Sixers. Jackson over in between the circles. Gets a screen set from Embiid. Jackson kicks it back out to Embiid. Embiid goes down the lane, puts up a shot, and he's fouled once again. So suddenly Joel Embiid is being assertive. And I'll go to the line for 2 more. Sixers down by 9 with 56.7 seconds left to go. Embiid should have just shot the free throw line jumper, man. But instead, I think he hesitated a little bit. But he'll go to the line for 2, which is the good news. First foul shot for Joel. He puts it up, and he gets the friendly roll at the front of the rim, the back of the backboard, in the square, and then it just went right down the drain. Jay Huff back out there for the Grizzlies. He'll sub on in for Santi Aldama. Embiid with 28 points, 9 for 9 from the line. His best game of the season so far. Sixers down by 8, though, with less than a minute to go. Sixers trying to end their losing streak and get their first win in a couple of weeks. Second foul shot by Embiid. That's up, and that's good.
Excellent.
Philadelphia down by 7. They got to get some defensive stops. Caleb Martin is back out there for the Sixers as well. Kennard being guarded by Reggie Jackson Jr. Jackson now it's the switch as Kennard gets guarded by Embiid, and Luke Kennard picks up his pivot foot, and he travels, and it'll be Sixers basketball. And let's see if they can capitalize here. If they could make it a 2-possession ball game going into the fourth quarter, might be a really good thing for the Sixers. Kennard just not able to watch his footing. Jackson gets a screen from Embiid. Embiid gets it back over at the top of the key. The ball gets deflected. Joel tries to go downhill. Goes up with a layup. It's up. No good. Tries to tip it back up and in. Can't do so either. And Embiid tries to hug the basketball, and I think that they're going to call a foul on Joel. Is that what they're going to call a foul, or is it going to be a jump ball? It is a foul with 24 seconds left to go. Embiid has to be careful, man. I understand that he's trying to fight for the ball, but you know, you can't be silly there. 3 personal fouls on Embiid, and we're going to have some more free throws coming up. It is a loose ball foul on Joel. Ugh. That was a golden opportunity for the Sixers to try to capitalize and make it maybe a 5-point game going into the fourth quarter. First foul shot, it gets the friendly bounce from Jake LaRavia. And Tyrese Maxey is going to come back in for the Sixers. He takes the red, white, and blue jacket off, and Ricky Council, the fourth, is going to take a seat. Again, no news on Paul George. He was getting checked out as he injured himself 2 minutes into the second half. LaRavia, 3 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Second foul shot, swish. And the Sixers will get the ball back. Jackson, Maxey, Oubre, Embiid, and Martin all out there for the Sixers. Maxey picks it up. 16 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Maxey gets picked up by LaRavia, and they got to get going. There's about half a second separating the shot clock from the game clock. Embiid sets a screen. Embiid to Maxey. Maxey for 3 on the far wing. No. And a rebound goes to Desmond Bane, and that's going to do it as the Grizzlies lead it by 9. Going into the fourth quarter, Philadelphia down 90-81, and they have some work to do as they're behind the A-ball once again going into the fourth quarter. I did not like that last possession, the second to last possession that the Sixers had to end the third quarter. Embiid needs to take it to the rim, and he has to get fouled there. He has to be assertive on that play. That changes momentum, dude. It just does. And I understand you're trying to go for the rebound, but you can't be You got to be careful, man. Just got to be careful. And for him to commit a foul like that, that's not so good. Grizzlies are a good team. The Sixers aren't, says RG. RG, too bad the Sixers are not a good team. I don't even know. JJ, every run we make, they match it. They just do. They just do. I'm so pessimistic. I'm sorry. I'm feeling the same way, man. I'm feeling the same exact way. I'm going to ask you a Sixers trivia question. And if you get it right, you'll hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Okay. So let's do this Sixers trivia question. Okay. Let me ask you this. Where is it? Where was it? All right. Which Philadelphia 76er won the MVP 3 times in a row? Three times in a row, who won the MVP? Three times in a row. Who won the MVP 3 times in a row? Mo Cheeks. That's incorrect. Iverson, Moses Malone, Charles Barkley. Here comes Huff, who goes down the lane. Look out below for Jay Huff. Oh, man. Irving? Dr. J? Nope. None of you have it right. It's none of those guys. 92-81. Sixers down by 11 to start off this fourth quarter. Maxey back out there for the Sixers. Embiid gets a little bit of rest. Oubre takes it with the left hand. Tries to hand it off over to Jared McCain. And we have another whistle called, and that's going to go against the Sixers. McCain gets called for, or Oubre gets called for an offensive foul. AI is also incorrect. Nope. Nobody? How about a guy named Will Chamberlain? Do you remember him? Will Chamberlain was the right answer. Step back three-pointer, and that's up and in by LaRavia. He had a little pump fake, shimmied over towards his right side. Now it's 95-81. Memphis is on a tear just like that. Oubre downhill to Drummond. Drummond puts it up and puts it in with the left hand. And the Sixers cut the deficit to 12. Wilt is correct. Good job, Neil. Little catch from Jay Huff, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Sixers ball. They're down by a dozen with 10:53 left to go in the fourth quarter, and their offense has been very stale. No Embiid out there. It's Martin, Maxey, McCain, Drummond, and Oubre. And again, in case you're wondering, Paul George did get hurt. So he left the game with about 10.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Caleb Martin gets the inbound pass. Drummond gets a screen from him. Martin takes it off the dribble. 3-point shots up, and he got it. Wow. Wow. Okay, Caleb Martin. He was able to knock down the 3 off the dribble. Huff outside over to LaRavia. LaRavia back outside to Huff. They switch. Desmond Bain now has it over at the top of the key. Jake LaRavia tries to get past Andre Drummond. Layup is up by LaRavia. It's just too easy for him. And Memphis back up by 11. Man, oh man. Can we just get a stop? Maxey takes it over towards the right side of the lane. He's being guarded by Huff. Turnaround jumper is up, and that's no good. And Drummond gets boxed out again by LaRavia. Man, how is LaRavia just doing this good? Layup up by LaRavia, puts it up, and he puts it in. Jake LaRavia. Oh my gosh. He's been a Sixers sniper this season against them. Maxey down the lane. Left-handed layup is up, and that's good. Maxey was like, let me just take it myself and make it 99-88. And that's what he just did. LaRavia over at the top of the key gives it up to Jay Huff. 3-point shots up, and that's no good. And finally, the Grizzlies are human. Oubre gets the rebound. Maxey out in transition. Crosses over. Left-handed fadeaway. Jumper is up, and that's in. And the Sixers down by 9. Tyrese Maxey now carrying the load for the Sixers with 9:16 left to go in the fourth quarter. I believe that he'll have an and-one opportunity too, right? Will it be a three-point play? Sixers are going to challenge. I don't know what they're challenging. It says on ESPN there's a coach's challenge. That's not correct. Maxey with 8 points, 2 assists, and it's 3 for 12 from the field so far. Bane outside to Huff. 3-point shot. Bang. Jay Huff from 3. What a shot that was by him. McCain gets it in between the circles. Jared McCain now being guarded by 2 defenders. He'll bounce it over to Drummond. Andre Drummond wants to bully Huff. He puts up a baby hook, and we have a travel called on Andre Drummond. He took too many steps, and he actually took a step right before he dribbled. That's really what happened. Jay Huff, man, able to just have 8 points. He's 2 for 5 from the field. And another guy that has been really solid as a role player for the Grizzlies. Huff made a nice wide open 3 at the top of the key. And it looks like the Sixers are going to have a move. Grizzlies 18 tonight from 3-point range. 18 made threes. That's the highest that they've had this season. Bane gets it over at the FedEx Forum sign. He's over at the top of the key being guarded by Andre Drummond. Desmond Bane wants to get some space. Pulls up for 3. Swish. Too easy. 105-89. 8:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. A little lob pass inside to Andre Drummond. Drummond's getting cooked out there today. Goes up for 2, and he's fouled, and will go to the line for 2 free throws. Man, oh man, they're just like, they're honestly, like, when you get Andre Drummond switched on you, and Desmond Bane is is the guy you have to defend, Desmond Bane's just going to beat you every single time with that little step back. There's not many centers that can stop that. And Drummond's first foul shot is up, and he missed it. Council's going to come back in for the Sixers, and Joel Embiid's going to go back out there for Philadelphia as Kelly Oubre is going to head on over to the bench. So will Gershon Yabusele. Embiid's actually going to take a minute to come back in because they'll have him sub on in for Andre Drummond. 105-89. Second foul shot by Drummond. He puts it up, and he puts that one in. Sixers now down by 15 points. Oh, man. It's been ugly so far. Bane at the logo. Martin is on him. Good defense by him. Comes Scottie Pippen Jr., who tries to go up against Jared McCain. The ball gets knocked loose. It's stolen by Caleb Martin. And the Sixers have the ball. 7:50 left to go. Maxey over on the near side. Steps back. Thought about taking the shot. And he'll get a screen set by Drummond. Kicks it out to Council. Council hesitates. Back outside to Maxey. Maxey with a layup. He puts it up. Can't put it in. Drummond on the follow-through. That's no good either. And Jake LaRavia grabs his miss. Ball gets tipped into the hands of Desmond Bane. There's a little pump fake that's up. And Ricky Council buys in on the pump fake. And Scottie Pippen is going to go to the line for 2 more free throws. They have just lost it here in this fourth quarter. They have absolutely lost it, and they just have not been able to play with a lot of physicality. There's no physicality out there for the Sixers. It's like unbelievable. Foul shot. That's up and good. 106-90, and Joel's going to come back in. So the problem tonight really hasn't even been Joel Embiid. It's been everybody else. It really has. Everybody else has been not so good, except for Gershon Yabusele. Jalen Wells is at the line. Second foul shot. That's good. And it's 107-90. Memphis on a 17-9 run in this fourth quarter. And the Sixers have a lot of ground to make up, and they're going to have to go on a big run here and play shutdown defense. Embiid over on the far corner, gets double-teamed inside his Council. Council's layup is too strong, and a rebound by Brandon Clark. Bane moves over on the other side, gets the ball deflected. Three-point shot by Pippen Jr., and that should just about do it. 110-90, and the Sixers call a timeout with less than 7 minutes to go. I'm speechless. I'm so speechless. Wow. I'm speechless. You know, Desmond Bane has 10 rebounds in this game. He's plus 21 out there. He's hustling. You know what we're not doing? Hustling. Why are we losing this game? It's literally just because they are 19 for 39 from 3, and we are just 8 for 26. They are beating us from downtown, man. They're beating us from downtown. The fourth quarter continues to be a problem for the Sixers. That's been a very big narrative for Philadelphia. It is unreal. I feel sick. Oh, man. So they called it a 2 instead of a 3. They said that Jalen Wells, his jumper was just a 2. That was not a 3. So instead, it's 109-90. So they'll subtract the point. And I guess that you can take that. Maxey gives it over to Jared McCain with 6:45 left to go. Sixers actually down to 2 timeouts. Embiid rolls over to the basket, and he gets fouled at the very last second. He'll go to the line for 2. Wave the white flag. I ain't waving no white flag, man. We got to win these games. What are we waving the white flag for? What are we waving the white flag for? These are must-win games now. Stay on for a nice little JJ rant. First foul shot by Joel. That's good. He has 30 points. And the Sixers now down by 18. I mean, we've seen the Phillies go through a slump. I don't think that it would have ever been... I didn't ever think that it could get worse. I think this is way worse. The second foul shot by Embiid. He puts it up and he puts it in. Sixers down by 17 points Embiid with 31 in this game. Clark hands it off and tries to give it up to Pippen Jr. Aldama outside to Bane. Bane being guarded by Caleb Martin. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Bane with a runner. He puts it up and he lays it in. Just too easy. I've said that too many times tonight. Just too easy. Has defender on a pump fake. This team is ballers. McCann outside to Embiid. Joel over on the far elbow. Takes a step back. Gives it up to Martin. Martin's 3-point shot. And he can't get the friendly bounce. Caleb Martin hesitated a little bit on the 3. Well, behind the back bounce pass over to Bane. And Bane gets the ball. And it's kicked out of bounds by Tyrese Maxey. With 5:51 left to go in the fourth quarter. So I guess that Paul George is not returning in the rest of this game. Yeah, obviously hope that he's okay. It's just, it's just really weird. McCain's going to sub out, and Kelly Oubre comes on in. And that might be it for Jared McCain tonight. Oubre tries to defend the inbound pass. Here's Jay Huff being guarded by Ricky Council IV. Clark goes downhill. Huff 3-pointer. Too short. And Oubre able to get the rebound with 5:39 left to go. I mean, you're pretty much going to have to just try to get a lot of unresponsive points here. Behind the back bounce pass to Embiid from Maxey. Embiid's 3-pointer, too strong. Martin gets the rebound. Martin thought about taking the 3. Instead gives it back over to Council. Oubre at the top of the key. Maxey on the near side. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and Tyrese Maxey gets fouled by Scottie Pippen Jr. Ugh. We didn't suck this much with Doc Rivers. KJ Martin's going to come on in for Philadelphia, and Tyrese Maxey, that's going to be it for him. 111-92 with 5:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. Oubre steps back, takes a 3-pointer, got it. So at least the Sixers able to knock down a 3. That's their first 3 that they've knocked down in quite some time. Reggie Jackson back out there too for the Sixers. KJ Martin plays physical defense. The ball goes out of bounds, and the Sixers will get the ball back with less than 5 minutes to go. Jackson will get the inbound pass. Embiid sets a pick for him. Jackson over to Embiid. No look pass. Jackson's 3-pointer. Got it. And the Sixers cut the deficit down to 13. It's a 6-0 run with 4:50 left to be played in the fourth quarter. And timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Nice 3-pointers, but is it too little too late? I don't know. Well, Jane, the Flyers aren't much better. That's the wild thing about it. The Flyers aren't even much better, man. They lost another game tonight. They lost to Carolina. That was expected, like for them to have a rebuild type of a season. This is just so beyond frustrating. It really is. Ugh, man. I've never felt speechless on a basketball team. Flyers at least are 8-10-2. So, Sixers, now granted they played 20 games, but 8-10-2 is not really a good record either. They did string up 3 wins in a row, though. So, I don't know. Any news on I don't know. I'm having problems with Nick Nurse, too. That's right. That's right. Embiid is 31, says Neil. Are we winning? Are we winning? That's the most important. I mean, yeah, like good for Joel, but I need us to win. I did say that I needed Joel to ball out today, and Joel did all right. And the game still isn't over, but it's just it's crazy. Say we get on and talk, screw the game. Nope, we're going to wait till it's officially over. Because what's going to happen is if I talk about it, right, they're going to come back and they're going to tie it, and it's going to go to OT. 4:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. We have a foul called on Embiid. It looked like it was a frustration foul. I don't know, it just seemed like that they just like wanted to give a foul there. That's a personal foul on Joel. That's his fifth, so one more than he's gone. 9 rebounds for Embiid, 31 points. All right, so here we go. Kennard gets it over at the FedEx Forum sign, and the ball gets tipped and intercepted by Oubre. Oubre goes down the lane, goes up with a layup. He puts it up, can't put it in. Second time, though, that's good. Philadelphia down by 11. It's now an 8-0 run by the Sixers. Bane over at the top of the key. 4:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Bane crosses over from the right to the left. Gives it up to Jaren Jackson Jr. Embiid's still out there playing defense on him. Jackson's layup is up. That was contested, and he did everything he could. Jaren Jackson Jr. just made it look so easy. 113-100. That was a big bucket. Jackson back to Oubre. Oubre to Jackson over at the top of the key. Jackson to Embiid. Joel, pump fake, foul line jumper. It's off. And Aldama gets the miss. 3:50 left to go. That was a shot that Embiid should have been able to knock down. Jackson wants to take on Embiid again and tries to challenge him. Shot goes up. It's blocked by Joel. Jackson's second time. He puts that one up and he puts that one in. And Embiid did not want to foul out there. 115-100, and Joel Embiid's holding on to that knee, and he is hobbling. Great. Good job. Very good job. Great. And he's going to go on over to the bench, and he's going to be checked out by the trainers. It's that right knee. It's that right knee. Yep. That right knee. This team is fragile. This team's so fragile, man. I mean, he just got clobbered on that knee. And we have time called with 3:29 left to go. Great. Wow. Can't even make this up. This team is so just fragile. Injuries happen all the time now with this team. No foul. Nope. Dude, how do we get Jake LaRavia and Jay Huff to get 19 points? Embiid is back out there for the Sixers. 115-100 is the score. 3:25 left to go. Sixers only down to one timeout now. Jackson goes down the lane, kicks it out to KJ Martin. Martin gives it up to Embiid. Embiid goes up for a shot, and he's fouled, and they'll go to the line for two with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. So Joel is trying to battle, man. One thing that I learned is that Embiid is definitely giving it his all. He did respond tonight. He did. 115-100 is the score. Embiid's foul shot is up, and he gets it. Oof. The Sixers don't deserve our love, but JJ does. Thanks, Scott. I think we have a timeout called with 3:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I don't know. I never thought that I would be here. I never thought that I would be here with this team. It's pitiful. It's absolutely disgusting, and never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that the season would start off like this. I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned. This is worse than the 18-19 team or the 19-20 team. You know, it's this team has me defeated. Nick Nurse is about ready to be on the hot seat for me now. Never thought that I'd say that either. He coached a very good first half, and then in the second half, what do you know? This guy literally thinks it's okay to put in Jared McCain, Reggie Jackson. He goes to Kelly Oubre. And he goes to Joel Embiid and Gershon. That lineup sucks. It's a bad lineup. Embiid's second foul shot, puts it up, and he puts it in.
Excellent.
All right. This is, yeah. Sixers are 20 for 22 from the foul line. 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Aldama inside over to Jackson. Jackson gets double teamed. The ball gets stripped, and Sixers wanted a travel call there. They weren't going to get it, though. And this time we do have a travel called on Jackson Jr., and the Sixers will get the ball back with 2:54 left to go. Again, they still have one timeout, and they're down by 13 points. McCain does actually come back in for the Sixers. I don't know why he had the time off, but he did. Jackson three-pointer off the mark. Embiid tips it, and it goes into the hands of Santi Aldama. 2:40 left to be played in the fourth quarter. Desmond Bane has it over at the top of the key. Double team comes. Aldama pump fakes, and KJ Martin fouls him. KJ Martin fouls him, and Sixers had a foul to give. So Embiid, just remember, one more foul and he's out of the game. How does Gershon not even play in that second, in the fourth quarter at all? How does he not play, Nick Nurse? How does he not play? Aldama over towards the right side, gets the ball stripped by Oubre. It's stolen by Kelly. Kelly back over to Jackson. Jackson plants his feet, kicks it out over to Jared McCain. McCain behind the back dribbles, goes up with the left hand, and we have a foul called. I'm surprised they actually called that a foul. With 2:14 left to go, and the Sixers are now in the bonus. The foul is on Jake LaRavia, and McCain is going to go to the line. He did not have a good game today, Jared. I'm not going to be too hard on him, but thought he started off strong, and then he just got too passive and just looked afraid to take some shots. First foul shot by McCain. He puts it up, and he puts it in. Maxey was a little bit cold today. Figured that was going to be the case. 0 for 6, though, from 3. That's unacceptable. McCain, 32 consecutive foul shots as he makes the second free throw.
Excellent.
Philadelphia Philadelphia down by 11. Aldama gets past Embiid. KJ Martin swats it away. Goes in the hands of Luke Kennard. Jackson at the top of the key gives it up to Bane. Bane's three-pointer. It's airballed, and Oubre gets the rebound. McCain over on the fast break, steps back, lets it fly for three. Got it! And the Sixers down by 8 with 1:47 left to go. All right. Well, it's a 7-0 run by the Sixers. Is it too little too late? That's the question. It's 115 to 107. Jackson being guarded by Desmond Bane. The ball gets stripped by Jackson, stolen by Jackson. Here comes Oubre over towards the cup, and he finishes with the 2. Timeout called by Memphis, and the Sixers down by 6. They're not done yet, baby. No way. No way that they actually pull this off. No way. No freaking way. There is no way. Little late, thanks for coming. I don't know about that now. Wow. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go 76ers. JJ's is the one and only baller, shot caller, 20-inch beams. Oh, thank you, Jane. Thank you, Jane. Appreciate it. Told you, what a game. There's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. Come on, man. Take it, man. Yeah. We're going on after this game. We have a lot to talk about. 115-109 is the score. At least coach kept Lowry off the bench. Well, Lowry was was not going to play tonight. Embiid with 33 points in this game. He looks animated. He looks fired up right now. KJ Martin will defend the inbound. All of a sudden, they go to KJ Martin and Reggie Jackson and Oubre and McCain and Embiid, and it's working out well. Here comes Scottie Pippen Jr., who gets the inbound pass, and he'll just milk the clock down. Sixers have a chance. Jackson over towards the far side. That's Jaren Jackson Jr. The ball goes into the corner. 3-point shot's up. It's airballed, and Embiid gets the rebound. 1 minute left to go. They don't have to go for a 3, but they got to be smart. Jackson over at the top of the key. This is a big possession here. Embiid tries to go down the lane. Puts up a shot. He puts it up, and he gets it to go. Sixers down by 4 with 53 seconds to go. What a run by the Sixers, an 11-0 run. 45 seconds left. They got to get a stop on defense. Boy, they've got to get a stop. Bane has it over at the top of the key. Dribbles with the left hand. 3-point shot is up, and that's too strong. Embiid with the rebound. 34 seconds left to go. Embiid takes it up all by himself. Takes it out to Jackson. Jackson to Embiid. Embiid down the lane. And a pass, and it goes out of bounds. It was supposed to go to Oubre. Embiid should have just taken it all by himself. And I think that we're going to have... It's going to be Memphis ball with 23.7 seconds to go. Man, oh, man. Ugh. He had him beat. You got to take the shot, man. Why are we passing it? 20 seconds left, and now they got to foul Desmond Bane. Bane tries to play keep away, puts up a shot. It goes in. Is it going to count? I don't think so. 17.6 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. And again, the Sixers do have one timeout. Oh, man. So that's, they're going to call a foul on the floor. They call a foul on the floor, and Laravi is going to have to inbound it. And now we have another whistle called. Another whistle's going to be called, and the refs are going to go over to the scorer's table. What are they doing now? Luke Kennard is going to come back in. The Sixers need to get a steal off of this inbound. They just have to. They have to. They're down by 4 with 17.6 seconds left to go. Come on, man. That embiid turnover was critical at the end. Got to take the shot yourself, man. Why are we passing it? We got to win these games, man. And the refs are gathering together. I don't even know what they're talking about. Scott Foster is having a conversation with one of the other refs, and LaRavia will inbound it for the Grizzlies. Both teams down to one timeout. Foster still has the ball, and Taylor Jenkins wants an explanation on, I guess, if he can sub in Luke Kennard or not. I don't understand. This game makes no sense. Come on, we need a steal off of the inbound here. Please, a steal and a layup. 115-111 with 17.6 seconds left to go. LaRavia finally gets the ball, and now he's going to inbound it for the Grizzlies. LaRavia throws it. The ball almost got pitched by McCain, and a foul called as Jaren Jackson Jr. gets it. Man, McCain almost had it. He did. And Jackson's going to go to the line to try to ice the game. He will try to ice it. McCain literally almost had it. He just tipped it right into Jackson's hands. If he had a little bit more of a wingspan, I think he would have had it. First foul shot by Jackson. He puts it up and he puts it in. 16 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Jackson with 24 points. He's 6 for 6 from the line. Second foul shot coming on up. Here it is, and that's good. And that makes it 117-111. KJ Martin will inbound it to Jared McCain. Sixers have to get going really quickly here. They're going to have to get a three-pointer. McCain steps back, lets it fly for three. It's up, and that's off the mark. And Jackson gets the rebound, and that is just about going to do it. 4.5 seconds left to go. The ball gets thrown down, and LaRavia has it, and the Sixers lose yet another ball game. The final score is 117-111. Sixers lose by 6. And another loss in the books. They're now 2-12. Great. Now 2-12. Desmond Bane, 21 points in this game. 8 for 18 he was from the field. 5 for 11 from 3. 10 rebounds, 6 assists. That's his third 20-plus point game this season. And the Sixers lose another ball game. Yeah. Yes. I don't even, want to stay on here for long. Embiid did have 35 points. He had 11 rebounds. Wish that he has to make a better play at the end there. He has to be assertive. He has to take it to the cup himself, not try to make a pass to Oubre. That was a bad turnover. That was a really bad turnover there. And I thought that he played fine tonight. I did. I thought that he played all right. I thought that was his best game that he's played. But, this is, yeah. All right, let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about this. That could have been a lot worse. Sixers at the end finished strong, but honestly, man, it doesn't matter. We lost another game. And now it's time for us to have some serious conversations, right? It's time for us to have some serious conversations about where this team is and what needs to be done throughout the rest of the season. Okay, so let me go over to the monologue screen real quick, and I will make sure that we have our post-game graphic up right now. There it is. Okay, I'm not even going to take a break. We're just going to do this right now. I'm not even going to take calls tonight, honestly. I'm not even going to take calls because I'm just so bothered with this team. I'm so annoyed. I'm so bothered, and I just can't stand them right now. With the Phillies, I could tolerate all the losing, like when they did, because the Phillies started out so strong, and yet they went through a very cold stretch, and I thought that maybe they could pull it out. This is different, though, okay? This is totally different because I'm very disappointed with Joel Embiid overall. Thought that tonight he played better I did. I thought that he played better tonight, but I'm very disappointed because they're in this spot because of Joel Embiid. That's the number one reason why they're in this spot. Joel Embiid was not ready to go at the very beginning of the season, and it's just such a shame that we are in this hole because he's not playing. And when he is playing, right? When he is playing, except for tonight, he's not being aggressive. It's not being aggressive, and that's why you're in this hole. It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, we can complain about Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon playing. We can complain about Nick Nurse not coaching this team the right way. Ultimately, Embiid has to show up, and he was not showing up his first 3 games back. And he let his teammates down, and I'm really just disappointed in that. But I thought that tonight he played better. But just because he played better doesn't make me happy. I wanted the win. I wanted the W. Oh, great. Tyrese Maxey was back. Oh, no. Paul George got hurt. Paul George sucked tonight. 1 for 6 from the field. 0 for 2 from 3. The Sixers would have gotten blown out if Paul George actually played in that second half. And a loss is still a loss. But they would have gotten blown out if Paul George ended up playing that second half. That was bad, man. I can't wrap my head. I'm all over the place. Let me regather my thoughts. This game in particular was really frustrating because we allowed this Memphis team to shoot 44% from 3. They were 19 for 43, and they just literally pantsed the Sixers from downtown. They got more rebounds than we did. They made the right hustle plays, and when they got extra life, they did what they had to do. The Sixers did have 41 rebounds, but the Sixers also just could not get over the hump. They could not get over that hump tonight against Memphis because of guys like Jay Huff and guys like what's his name? Not just Desmond Bane, but it was the role players. They lost this game mainly because the role players went off and they started off strong in those third and fourth quarters. Embiid takes a seat, Andre Drummond comes in, and the Sixers just cannot defend anybody. I saw Andre Drummond having to play defense on Desmond Bane, and Bane just hits an easy step back 3 on him. Why the hell is he on Desmond Bane, man? Why is he on him? How does that happen? Wells had 14 points tonight. You know, Jalen Wells, I mean, he's averaging 11.5 points per game. But he had 14 tonight. Being at 21, you knew he was going to get his. You knew Jaren Jackson Jr. was going to get his too. They held him to 4 rebounds. They held him to just 2 blocks. He had 2 turnovers. Scottie Pippen had 8 points. Santi Aldama had 12. Jake LaRavia had 11. Their bench outplayed our bench. Luke Kennard hit some threes. Their bench tonight was plus 33 out there on the field. Ours, on the other hand, was a minus 29. We were minus 29 out there on the bench today. And Gershon at 17 points. Why on earth doesn't Nick Nurse go to him in the fourth quarter? Why? I don't think Gershon played in the fourth quarter. Can somebody remind me about that? Please. Did Gershon even step onto the court in the fourth quarter? I don't think he did. My head coach did a great job in the first half, and then he just wet the bed in the second half tonight. I can't believe we're in this hole. I can't freaking believe it. team has so many problems. It makes me sick to watch this team right now. They had 29 assists, the Grizzlies. 29 assists. Does it take a rocket scientist to figure out that these guys on the Grizzlies are younger and faster than our guys? Brandon Clark, 28 years old. Jaren Jackson Jr., 25 years old. Jalen Wells, 21 years old. Desmond Bane, 26. And Scottie Pippen Jr., 24. There's not one guy that's 30 or older. Jake LaRavia, 23. Cam Spencer, 24. There was no Ja Morant tonight. There was no Marcus Smart. There was no Zach Edey. There was a high draft pick for them this year. Luke Kennard's the only guy. Actually, Luke Kennard's 28 years old. I'm watching Reggie Jackson out there. He's 34. 34 years old. Oubre, for some reason, when he's playing, he's 28 years old right now, but he's playing like he's 35. He does. That's why we lost. We have an old team. There's no youth. At least Lester Quinones is young. Why doesn't he get any playing time? I'll tell you why. Because guess what? For some reason, if you're on a quote-unquote contender, that's what happens. Lester, in 10 minutes last year, averaged about 4.4 points per game. At this point, he's a better option than Kyle Lowry. He's a better option than probably Reggie Jackson. There's no excuse why our head coach just cannot play our younger guys. It's pathetic. And now Nick Nurse is on my hot seat. I even said tonight, like, that he's getting closer. No, he's on my hot seat right now. I'm not even getting too emotional. Nick Nurse is on my hot seat right now. I don't know what's going on with Nick Nurse. I don't know if he just got hypnotized or whatever it was. He's part of the problem too. Players said that they want to be coached harder. Part of that makes me think about, well, Joel Embiid not showing up to the practices, but I also really wonder what the heck is going on with Nick Nurse and what they're going over during practices, even when Embiid's not out there. Because you know what I saw last year? I saw last year that when Joel Embiid did not play, Nick Nurse was coaching his balls off. I saw that when they were down by 29 against the New Orleans Pelicans, and I didn't think I was going to go off. I eventually knew I was. But when they were down by 29 to the Pelicans last year, they made it a game, and Nick Nurse said, you know what? Shut up, and we're going to try to do everything that we can to win this game. And he pushed all the right buttons. I don't see any fight in my head coach. None. That's where it starts with. What are they going over during drills? There were a lot of games last year where Nick Nurse actually was pressing the right buttons. And even like when Embiid didn't play, he would still find ways to win by playing other different types of guys. And he would run these he would run these plays, man, like where, like, they would be like these little tic-tac-toe plays, like where somebody cuts backdoor to the rim. I don't see any of that this year. Somebody's not open backdoor. They're not doing those pin down, man down plays. Part of that is on the personnel. But even when the Sixers had Patrick Beverley last year, when they had all these other guys that were still older, my head coach was doing a better job. I don't know if he lost power of his roles or what ended up happening, or if the assistant coaches have been part of that. I don't know. But I am sick and tired of Nick Nurse being out there. I'm tired of my whole team. They better show up to play or they're going to hear the loudest boos that they've ever heard, says Gio. That's an understatement. I'll one-up you there. They better show up and play or else guess what? They're going to have to sell the whole team. And you know what? It's up to you guys to be able to, like, make that decision. My head coach, even like the third game this year, looked like he was just scratching his head. And he was folding his hands over on the sideline like he was Doc Rivers. And just said, you know what, let them all figure it out. I don't see any creativity with the play calling. I don't see anything working out there. Nothing. It's like these days, all you have to have is some potential. And these kids coming out of high school or college are used to just showing up on time, not trying to make or influence the guys to get better in a better way by trying harder. I think that as I continue to talk things out, I've realized that Nick Nurse has been a problem. And I didn't realize until like we're going over plays and we're looking at just the heart that this team had last year and like the amount of times where he just got all animated and he would make so many halftime adjustments. I don't see any halftime adjustments this year from my coach. And that was even when Embiid wasn't playing. Even when Tyrese Maxey was out. When Joel Embiid went down, the Sixers played really, really hard. And they still had very good play calling from Nick Nurse. They did. They still had really nice play calling. And I would watch Nick Nurse go back and forth with Eric Spoelstra and make things into a chess match. This year, I haven't seen anything close. My man's getting out-coached by a lot. Do you understand? So we can talk about the roster. We can talk about Joel Embiid, and I'm pissed at Joel this season. But now I think it's really time to bring the head coach up. And I have to say he's on my hot seat. It's been going on for every single game. Every single darn game. Nick Nurse needs to be experimented. What the heck happened to Nick Nurse? He looks tired. He looks... The body language that he's been providing ever since the first week, he looks scared. He looks like a zombie out there. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Somebody explain it to me down below. It's very hard for me to blame or to bring myself to blame Nurse when he was such a great coach last year. I'm full in on the ownership and Morey just being just not serious about winning, says Dante. But watch how they're being coached this year. That's the thing, is like last year's roster, You look at Patrick Beverley. You look at Nico Batum. And yet you could see that even from in-design inbound plays, my man was always drawing things up, right? Like he was always drawing things up and he was always trying to be creative. I don't see any sort of draw-up plays or just like, shots of him just going over a lot of plays. Like he's not really doing that. And a lot of the times, if you're watching the game, a lot of the times now, especially tonight, there was a lot of ISO ball movement. There wasn't really there wasn't a lot of off-ball screens. Like, every time the Sixers had it, it was either pick and roll, pick and pop, or just ISO and just shoot it by yourself. Or just give the ball to Joel Embiid and watch him go to work. Right? Like, there's no creativity. That's very easy to game plan for. Last year, I'm watching guys move the ball left and right, a lot of ball movement. Tonight, there was not a lot of ball movement at all. And why do you think that the Grizzlies had a lot of assists? Because they had a lot of ball movement. And part of that, yes, is on the roster construction. A little part of that is. But also your head coach needs to try to get everybody on the same page, and he has to put his imprints on the game, and he's not doing that. That's on him. He has to have the team ready. And he's not. They're not even fighting. And it starts with my head coach. That starts with him. When the Phillies were doing really bad, Rob Thompson still went out there with his lineups. Still made the same exact decisions. It didn't make any adjustments. That's what my head coach is doing. That's right, Jane. That's right. That's right. I'm not letting the players off the hook. Trust me. I'm not. I'm not letting them off the hook. But I really haven't, dived into Nick Nurse, and I'm the more and more I think about it, the more and more he has been a problem too. He's been a big problem. Embiid at the very end cannot make that turnover. He can't. Oubre a lot of times last year was a slasher. Now they're making him into a spot-up shooter. That's not who he is. He's somebody that attacks and goes to the rim. Why aren't we utilizing him in that sort of role? We're not. We're not doing that. Skeleton wants to know, hey man, should we tank? I can't even answer that tonight. I can't answer yes or no. That's where I am. And for a while I've said no. And so the fact that I'm not going to answer that question means that I'm squarely in the middle. And I mean that. I'm stunned. What else was a problem tonight? Let's go over other things too. And then I want to get into some of these press conference quotes that have been out there. Maxey tonight played. Maxey was rusty. Not surprised. 3 for 13, 0 for 6 from 3. Had a couple of nice buckets. He has to get his legs back under him. I get that. And McKean and Maxey have to get used to playing together. I understand that too. I was really disappointed in that second quarter. I thought that the second quarter was a very pivotal quarter. And even the third and the fourth. Every time that, like, they won this game because I talked about the three-point shooting, but the Sixers lost the beginning of those second, third, and fourth quarters. And do you know why? The reason why is because Nick Nurse had lineups out there that were just not good enough. You couldn't get any sort of scores out there. Like you had just like one scorer out there in the second quarter to start off that lineup, and that was Jared McCain. Actually, sorry, no, McCain didn't even play in that quarter. It was Paul George, who was your only scorer, and Paul George has been struggling. And that was it. Like, Oubre's out there. Oubre's not a scorer right now, man. Oubre is not a scorer. He couldn't get any offense to start off that second quarter. And he fell behind the 8-ball. Couldn't really get any offense to start off the third quarter. You fell behind that 8-ball too. And in the fourth quarter, you really fell behind the 8-ball because you had a 9-2 run. Luke Kennard at 2 threes, wide open. And then Aldama hit a 3-2, I believe it was. My head coach makes that decision. He got outcoached. And we got outplayed. Unbelievable. I get that you're disappointed, but I'm not letting the Sixers ruin my day. Some year we'll get better, says Skeleton. Well, I mean, you don't do this every day, man. Like, I cover this team every day. And, like, when you're fully invested into, like, making content, studying, and watching this team and, like, still doing post-game shows, like, you're invested, man. Like, that's how it goes. Like, like this stuff comes with the job, like the great times and the bad times. But, like when you're doing this, it's, you get really invested into it. And that's what makes the content better. That's what makes you relate more to other people to experience those highs and those lows. Yabusele did not even sniff the fourth quarter. Why? Why? I'm looking at a tweet that says Karl Anthony Towns looks really dominant for real. Josh Hart's getting it done on both ends, dude. I can't even, I can't even process this. I can't. Sixers' new big three played approximately 6 minutes together before suffering a setback. Embiid walking into the locker room to see who wants to say he was the problem, says Sixers Nation. I don't know. I'm not taking any calls tonight. I'm done with this. I need to get away. But JJ, is it time for a shock fire and fire Nick Nurse and Daryl Morey? Is it time for the front office to step in and tell Embiid this load management is off the table? Do they make him play every day, Jason? They are in a spot where there are so many issues, there's so much turmoil, there's so much chaos that it is really hard to fix this. I don't even think it's, in some ways, I don't think it's fixable. There's a lot of things that have to be done right now. I'm not giving up on them, right? I'm not giving up on them, but there are clear problems. There's my head coach has been a problem. Embiid before this game has been a problem. Paul George has been a problem. Health has been a big problem as well. And my role players aren't producing. It's everybody. It is. But the number one thing I'm disappointed with is with Joel. I'm not disappointed in him tonight, except for that last turnover at the end. Thought that was really bad. But other than that, I'm annoyed with Nick Nurse. So, all right, I'm done. I'm done babbling. I love you guys so much, man. I do. I love you guys very, very much. I'm just tired. I'm tired of the pain. I'm tired of dealing with this. So, I'll be back on, though, tomorrow. We'll talk more about it. I'm sure that I'll have a clear headspace, and we'll talk a little bit more about it, because I think that we need therapy from this. I do. Love you all. The thing that nauseates me the most is everyone who hates Embiid is being proven right, says Dante. About the work ethic, yeah. Tonight he played harder, though. Just did not result in the win. All right, love you all. Love Tov. Good night. Good night, man.